paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot belly goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap, we don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. Gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went, baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's not loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arca Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Has anybody noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
I was so excited to wear my new sunglasses, and I have no idea where they're at. So we're here raw dogging it today. Welcome back to the beautiful ass Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hot diggity damn, what a crazy ass weekend. And we survived it. And we have so damn much to talk about. It's going to light you on fire. I'm very, very excited to go through it with my bitches. Make sure you like the stream. We're 42 away because y'all be lacking, especially Rage. Lacking. Like the stream right now. Mick Stellar says, I wonder what happened to Lofty. I have no idea. I have no idea, to be honest. Sad Lad says, guess who isn't unemployed anymore, boys? Hell yeah. Congratulations, my man. Mass Lions with 10 gifted memberships to start off. Hot diggity damn. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a huge drop, by the way. Huge drop. because he also has been a member himself for 21 months. Big shout out to Master Lions. Billy Hatcher with a pink boy to start the show. There's a hair. Lots of crazy shit going on with Nintendo this week. People don't really think their games are worth $90, but they think they're worth $90, and Nintendo is paving the way to get GTA 6 to $100. Man, I don't really buy games very often. Here's the issue with me and that whole debacle with Switch and $90 games. I don't buy games almost ever. The last game I bought was Dark Souls 2 recently, so I could play it on Steam. And before that, it was probably like a year or so. So it's pretty hard to say. But as far as $90, games have been $59.99 for like 20 years. So it's kind of interesting that they haven't increased in price, but the McDouble went from $1 to $5. $5.69 the McDouble is in Arizona. So I'm thinking to myself, does it make sense? Maybe. But also, would I buy it? No. So it's kind of hard. It's a very interesting position, you know. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you for your first pink boy. A red, an orange, a gold, and a green from a rainbow knot. Thank you, baby. Sadland says, oh. Renee Galarza says, congrats, Clam. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. 440 until Naked Snake. Thank you, boys. I don't think Rumble has a chat anymore. I didn't see one on there. Oh, there is one. What the hell? It wasn't on there when I scheduled it earlier. What's up, Meat Puppet? How you doing, buddy? All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. We're talking about a lot of stuff today, boys. A lot of stuff. And it's going to be fun. But first, we got to talk about racing because we had a race this weekend. Dark Souls 2 is the best from Soft Game Bloodborne in a second. That's what I've been told 100 times, so I'm finally going to play it. Dark Souls 2 is the only one I haven't really played much of. I played the first one, and I played Dark Souls 2 a little bit, but it wasn't enough to remember anything about it. Helena says, I've still not financially recovered from Phoenix. No. So you won't super chat for a while. You don't have to ever super chat me, Helena. I appreciate you, though. I appreciate your constant love, but you don't have to super chat me. Oh, so thank you. Love you. You're always welcome regardless. All right. Cody found the cheat code this weekend. Yeah, man, this weekend was wild. I almost took the lead in the NASCAR deal we had this weekend. It was crazy. I could not believe how fast the car was. We're going to pull up some footage so you guys can see it, and then we're going to talk about GameStop, and then we're going to talk about some protests. We're going to talk about a lot today, so make sure you get your likes in. God dang it. We're still not to 100 yet, which is very unnerving. Very unnerving. Get on it, doggone. Unlike Lawsuit, thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. All right. So at any rate, let's talk about it, and then we're going to jump into some GameStop stuff for fun. For fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's been tagging me in this shit, so I got to pull it up, boys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I boiped. I boiped to tell you. Where is it at? Is that it? Big shout out to the commentator. So, just to give you guys a heads up, I don't know if you guys know, but I race in NASCAR. And a lot of you know. A lot of you don't know. And we had a race out west this weekend in Arizona. And I got more TV time in this race. So in the sport, we call it TV time when the TV is showing you and talking about you and your sponsors and shit. And the most TV time I ever really got before this was 2 weeks ago or a week ago at Martinsville in my qualifying lap, you know? So at any rate, being talked about the entire damn ARCA race was really, really fun until our tire went south. And I'll talk about that. Amateur says that was weird. No scratch. This, that. I have a deviated septum and I can't breathe out of this nostril. So I do that so I can breathe. Because I'll get like short of breath. So I do that like every 20 seconds. So get used to it, baby. Some people notice it usually, though. Eventually you'll notice. Intimidator says, good evening, you beautiful bastard. Thanks for the info last night. By the way, I heard this one on Beard Meets Food. Did you hear about the Italian chef that died? He passed away. Wow. It's the Coke. Oh, I wish, man. That would be great. Thank you, Intimidator. I appreciate you. I love you. Intimidator with the first orange boy, already jumping on your boy's balls. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. All right. So let's pull this up real quick and let's talk about it. And then we're gonna move on. But I want you guys to see this because it's fun. It's fun. Click to unmute. Okay, we're still unmuted. I'm gonna put my headphones on, boys. Make sure you guys like the show. We're 20 away from 200. Get the hell on it, doggone it. All right. Andy Ackerman, what's up, buddy? All right. Yes, by the way, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm getting older or something. I'm like losing weight and I'm not trying to. I don't know if it's like an old people thing, but I like dropped 10 pounds out of nowhere and I don't know what's going on. And to be honest, actually, I've noticed this year, specifically this year, black and white difference. I don't eat very often. Sean, that's because Sean, you were here last weekend. What's up? So I'll wake up and I'll eat like eggs, like egg whites. And then I'll go to the gym like 4 hours later and I'll drink a protein shake. And then I don't eat until 8 or 9. And it's usually like something really small. And then I completely forget about it until 1 a.m. And I might eat a protein bar. Then I go to bed. And then I'm like, wait a second. Very interesting. I'm like, why did I not eat today? Your metabolism is slowing down. That should have the opposite effect. But yeah, I should be getting fatter, not losing weight. It's weird. All right. Anyways, the Tinder days are coming back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's go, boys. All right, boys. Let's pull up some highlights from the race this weekend. I got a boogie. God, I shouldn't have used Flonase right before this, man. Flonase gives you like just hella bugs. Hella bugs, boys. All right. So this is our race deal. So we'll go ahead and pop this. We'll pop this on so you guys can kind of see what's going on. West. And I started dead last, by the way. I started dead ass last. Okay. And we were just rolling, boys. We were rolling. You can see me right here. Eventually, there I am. So there I am, right there, in that bright ass blue car. Listen. And we just took off, man, like a rocket. And I don't really understand why. But the tires did not last as long as I needed them to. So it happens, boys. It happens to the best of us. But we're gonna go ahead and just I'll stick around on it so you guys can kind of see what's going on here, and we'll talk about it because we had a lot of good power behind us here in my blue car. So we just start launching, boys. We start launching. Here I am right here on the outside, almost dead last. Almost. Yeah, we barely survived that killer. And it takes me a few laps, but I start understanding that the high line was like really working really well. So I hopped my happy ass up there, you know? Yes, Intimidator, yes. I had it on a pretty good right? The small track, yeah, it's a 3/8 mile, which is kind of like my favorite. I run really good on them. These weird progressive banking 3/8 miles are just my shit, man. So it takes me a few laps to kind of get the car under myself. And then I noticed that the outside line starts kicking ass. So here I am right here. And we start hauling the major beans right here. You'll see me just start going past them. Gosh knows. We start just dumping people. 10 likes away, by the way. I live in Tucson, but I haven't been home in a while. Where the hell are you, Andy? Where the hell are you, man? Oh, wait. I can just do this. I can just hit the 10 button. You ever become dizzy while driving around in circles? No. I don't think that's a thing. So you get dizzy when you spin in circles, like in the same spot. You're not really going around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain. I'm not going to explain it because I can't really make sense of it. Fidelio! Andy Yeagerman says I'm a trucker. Yes, I forgot. Sorry. I'm a bad friend. I'm a bad friend, man. Here we come, boys. Here comes the blue teal machine. Here we come to save the day. So here I am. Short answer. Oh. So we go to the outside and we start just watch this run I get on the outside right here. Boom. You see that? See how much throttle we got right there, man? Damn, I tell you what, man. So we're doing real good on the outside here. You get fatigued? Yes. 100,000%. So I'm way up on the track right now. Look at this run. Boom. We get in the runs, boys, and not in the bad way, in the good way. And then we get in this real tight gaggle of cars right here.
He is way up the racetrack. That 72 car looking strong here in the early going.
That's what a lot of people said, Make Stellar. That's what a lot of people said. And I decided to not take it 3 wide right here because I didn't want to die. You see how I thought about it, though, right? But we just cooked it. I cooked it on the next corner. We're going high, boys. We're shooting high. We're giving her the beans. Look how high we go. And we're going to get right past the 13 here, coming around the next lap. Look, look, I'm up here in no man's land, boys. No man's land. By my damn self. And here's where we get. So we see. Look at our run past the 13 here. Just look at this shit. Boom! Watch this. Here's my favorite clip of the entire damn broadcast. Right here. Watch this. Watch this run. That's a run right there, boys. And that freaking lap car got my ass, though. Just got my ass, man. Got another good run right here. I was really good in turns 2. Really good in turns 2. Oh, Sean. 430 to Mega Snake, technically. So we're going high right here, and watch this run on the outside of the 13. Look at that run. Home. Then we dive into turn 3. Scooping around there. Look at that. Whew. That's called a run right there, boys. And then that's where Todd Souza caught the 71. And I'm going to catch all these folks here shortly, so be patient. Be patient. 52262 says a lot of people are being paid to protest, so that should tell you something. It is gross. There's something really intrinsically wrong with this country. And it's not just on the left, although it's happening on the left in a really huge way right now, probably because of the climate, but also it's been happening for a while. It also happens on the right. So I feel like socially on like social media, a lot of these. So, and here's what really kind of, it didn't really open my eyes, but it was very apparent. And Sean, you probably remember this. You guys remember when the Epstein files was supposed to come out, and then all those random conservative influencers like walked out of the White House and like held these random binders up, and they all like tweeted out promises kept. And it was literally all bullshit. And I was like, these people are obviously hyper paid by the conservative party, but it's more apparent for the Democrats or DNC right now because these protests are funded. It's like millions and millions of dollars. So that's something you kind of see more often with like actual protests. And also, I mean, the DNC has their own branch. They have their own branch of, like Harry Sison and people like that. So they actually have a list of people that are paid, and it's really long. Josh says, not trying to be a dick, but would the machine have performed as well against JGR Venturini? I have no idea, but I would say probably not. Those cars, JGR and Venturini run almost basically cup cars from 2013. Like, and I mean winning cup cars. So no, you're not going to beat them. The only way to beat a JGR car or a Venturini car is to be in a JGR car or a Venturini car. Unfortunately. It'd actually probably be a very interesting stat to look up. It'd be a very interesting stat to look up how many wins have come from a car that is not somehow tied to those two teams. Because there is sometimes, every once in a while, a win will come up. But also, you'll notice that it's like a car prepared by one of those teams, right? So that, and it's not anything bad. I mean, they're good. They're the best, right? So I'm just saying that it's hard to beat them. It's almost impossible, right? So to the lead, boys. And you can see me on the outside back here. See, you can already count in line where I am. So we started last and we're fifth now. Fifth. Hey, I'm new here. Who's CAMEL? You know what, Michaela? Don't start me today. How much? How much? Right, Sean, but that's just how politics and presidents work. Every single president takes vacations on taxpayers' dimes, and they have done it since since whenever it started, and it will never end unless we get rid of income tax. Then maybe it will. So, and to some extent, I would rather other countries pay for their vacations. That would be better for me. What's up, American Legend? Jeezy? Here we come. So now they're going to go back to me, luckily. Here we go. Boom! Look at that move, dude. That was a tight one right there. You see it? Look at this tight ass move. Local FBI, what's up, buddy? So here I am, right here. I'm in this bright blue ass car. You know, here we're in the blue ass car. Here we go. To some extent, Sean, you gotta admit though that protesters have to be paid. Like you ain't gonna go out there and do that shit. Like no one is. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna do that shit. No one gives a fuck. You know, unless you're virtue signaling, then people, you know. Damn, that's a long time, Noah. But at least it's not off the table. I appreciate you, dude. Watch this move right here. Watch me scoop down. You ready? Look at the scoop. The scoop. That's a scoop right there, boys. Got that scoop. And here's fourth right here. So we're going after fourth now. You go, girl. Thank you, Trump. So this high line, as you can see, is just tearing up. Just tearing up, boys. We're coming.
Moving around Blake Lothian, so move Cody Dennison up into the top 5. We have seen a lot of covers.
And then we're coming to fourth here. We're coming to fourth here. This guy was bad fast. I almost caught him, though. I got right on his cheekies. Zachary Camelot wants to watch him scoop. Sometimes you got to watch the scoop, bro. And then we got around the one right here.
That car looking like it is handling exactly the way Todd wants it to. There's Cody Dennison in the 72. Give him another position. Dennison in the 72, already up to fourth.
Now we're in fourth, boys. We're going. We're going, boys. Here we go. There was not local FBI. We were practicing all day, you know.
Impressive run tonight for both of the strike mom.
Now we're going after Treble Huddleston.
Automobiles.
Here we go. This was the first time I'd ever been in this fast of a car, and I really enjoyed it, man. I really, really, really enjoyed it, man. Oh, it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Whew.
Blake Lothian in the 51.
Dude, what's up, Riv H? How you doing, buddy?
Blake Lothian up into the top 5. Fantastic.
522 says, no offense, but I'm actually getting bored of the race stuff. It's just not my thing. Damn, if only I was doing it for you. That'd be great. Grifty says, 2 effing years. What's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? So we got up to fourth here, and now we're catching Trevor Huddleston. We're going hard. We're going hard as hell, boys. And we're going to the outside. Here we come, man. Here we come, boys. Our boy be zooming. I'll read those super chats in a second, buddy. I promise. What's up, Caleb? Cool, yeah. Zach's like, he's a NASCAR driver. What the hell do you expect? I will never talk about my career.
Filtered throughout the top 10.
All right, then it shows these guys for a while. And then it comes back to my goofy ass. Here we go. So we got around third there. Now we're in third, boys. We're hyped. We're hyped. Here we go.
Emergency pitting only. So you gotta make.
We were running, boys. Running.
You gotta make them last to the end.
Why do you love your passion? Lesser logic. How could you? Charles Salmon says I joined because your thumbnail said you're all dumb, and I felt dumb, so I'm here. Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing?
I think
one thing you guys can all agree on is this sumbitch is beautiful.
Cody Dennison in the 72, who have blasted their way through the field.
Look at that sharp car. Damn, that's a beautiful car right there. I tell you what, boys. And we are hauling the mayo in this bastard. Hauling the mayo. We're up to third now.
Is to get out there and run hard and maybe hope we don't have a lot of cautions tonight. If we do have some cautions, I think it's going to
Vroom.
play in the favor
Warp speed.
of drivers like Jake Bowman and Tanner.
Now we're going after the 71. Here we come, boys.
Who are, perhaps
Here we come, boys.
who is now willing to check out.
Look how close we are now. We are on their cheekies, boys. We're coming, boys. We're going to be coming.
Back in the 4th position.
And yes, I'm very proud of this run. I'm very excited about the run. It was fun. It was fun to be in a fast car, man. It was real fun. Those the Strike Mama boys did good. They were just a little too aggressive on the setup, and it ended up costing us entire wear real fast. But we almost got to the lead, and it was fun, dude. What's up, David Nelson? Should be Flux. Flux is on the side of the car, baby. We got the Flux on there, boy.
David Smith in the 05. There's Mariah Boudreau in the 77 car. Mariah, a regular competitor.
Here we come. It depends on the team, Joe Schmo. So in the truck series, I run the 2. If I run for fast track, I run the 11 or 9. And then for Strike Mama, I run the 72. They're all different teams, so they have different numbers. The teams own the numbers, you know.
That number 77 car for Joe Nava.
Here we come to save the day.
Tim Goulet there at 31 cars. Did some damage to the coming to Tim's aid to get that car back in shape. But boy, what an adventure.
What an adventure.
Coming all the way out west all by himself.
And here comes the next spot.
Getting that car and making some laps. And of course, he's still racing, unfortunately, a damaged race car. So
And man, I'll never forget. I remember getting up to second, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is going to be crazy to watch later." My dad was tripping balls. The team was tripping balls. We had a great time, dude.
position already a couple of laps down. But just getting that car back up.
What's up, Scaly?
Getting out there and making laps, kind of a victory in and of itself.
Here we come, boys.
There's Todd Souza continuing to hold on to the lead.
Here we
He's
come.
stretched it out a little bit now. We talked about the advantage over Kyle Keller. That is grown to 1.1 seconds.
But here it comes.
Couple of laps. Kyle back in, now back in third, because here comes Cody Dennison in the 72 car.
Woo. We in second, boys. We made it to second.
Cody, one of the 4 drivers that had to drop to the tail of the field for an unapproved adjustment after qualifying. And
That top
car
line
has
was
been
just hot, delicious shit,
Yes,
boys.
he is another one of those drivers that is committed to the top side of the racetrack, and he has just blasted through the field. Cody Dennison working his way up into second. David Smith kind of running his line, so Cody had to
Look how much of a run we get on this top side. So on the top side, you can get on the throttle way sooner, man.
Around to Kyle Keller there.
And we're gone, boys.
Once he gets that car back up to the top side of the racetrack, he is able to put the power down and let her eat. And Kyle Keller watching Cody Dennison kind of drive off into the distance.
Yeah, Jeezy, exactly. I love the wings,
Todd
boys.
Souza.
And now we're going for the lead, boys. We're going to try to get to the leader.
Already closing in on
Eat up some tires. Yeah, that's for damn sure.
here at Tucson Speedway.
But at any rate, that was pretty much the best parts of the entire race. We had a really good 50 laps there. And then the front right tire started to come apart, and it was over. It was over. So yeah, dude, I had a lot of fun. It was so good. So fun to be in a fast car. We ended up P10 just because our tires started to go, like, it literally came apart. Like, if I showed you a picture of the tire, it's just the metal. So inside of tires, there's this like metal mesh in between like the tread and the, I guess, bottom layer. And it was all just the metal mesh. So there was no tire left. No tire left. So it was the coolest shit I've ever experienced, and I cannot wait to experience it some more. Tell you, Jeff on the road was there. I appreciate you coming, dude. It was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. All right, let me hit these super chats, and then we'll move on to the subject matter. Sad Lad says, you never convinced me cackling CAMEL would have been better, but the Republicans are really dropping the bow lately. Yeah, I tweeted out yesterday that somebody said, where would Kamala be right now? Like, what would she be doing if she was president? And I said she would probably be directing the IRS to audit everybody making under $25,000 a year. Your grandma gave you $100 for your birthday, you're arrested, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what would happen. Or nothing. It would just be a lot of the same. And we would start moving towards, policy or laws in the books to start charging people for language. The same way the UK went. I would think that would be our direction, right? Because we usually kind of follow the UK when it comes to if we stick on left politics for very long. The UK already arrests you right now if you say something negative against anybody on the internet that could be misconstrued as I guess, maybe prejudice, racist, whatever, or if you condemn like immigration, anything, you'll be arrested in the UK. They will come to your house and arrest you. There was a video of 5 police officers in the UK arresting like a 75-year-old woman for posting something about immigration on Facebook. So yeah, that's where we would be headed if she won. So that's what I would expect right now. Grifty, 2 effing years, love you, dude. A sad lad says, proud of you, boy. Be zooming. Hell yeah. A couple of juggernauts says harder than 2 fingers and a black male. Papi. Thank you, buddy. Ryan Woolridge says, what's your thoughts on the Switch 2 costing $659? I wouldn't buy it. When it comes to the cost of things, it's hard for me to say like if it's a bad or a good thing. The issue is will you pay for it? If you will, it's not a bad thing. I wouldn't. Now, granted, I wouldn't buy one to begin with. If it drops at any point in price to like around the normal 300-ish, I might end up getting one. But as of right now, I'll just play Mario Golf on the Switch. I don't really care. I'm not hard to please. Thank you, Ryan Woolridge. Rakin Knight.
Why are we still here?
Oops. Oh my God. Congrats on running a great race this weekend. You chasing your dreams got me inspired to do gymnastics again. I competed this past weekend for the first time in over a decade. My man, give him a round of applause. Congratulations, Mr. Rakin Knight, for his first competition back in gymnastics. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I love you, dude, and I can't wait to see you shortly. You are the GOAT. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much. Rakin Knight covers the first Red Boy, and I believe that might be a Rainbow Night. Hot diggity damn, boys. Thank you, buddy. We love you. We appreciate you. Everybody kiss Rakin on his pee-pee. He's the man, dude. He is the man. Grifty says, ever think you'd be chasing the 3-car for the lead? No, actually, to be fair, once I got past the 71, I 100% thought I was going to get to the lead and go take the lead because I was catching him really fast. And I got probably about a half second behind him, maybe a little bit more, and I could not close the gap anymore. And then caution came out, and that was it. And then my tire was done, and then we were done basically after that. Thank you, Grifty. I love you, dude. Sad lad Chad. Way to go, boy. I think a lot about how you say too many guys don't have real hobbies, and that's me motivated to start MMA again. I'm excited to get back into it. My new job has a free on-site gym. Hell yeah, dude. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Embrace your hobbies, boys. Embrace your hobbies. Joe Schmo says, how do the lap cars play? Do they move up to the top of the track? They just hold their line, and they were running up top, which screwed me over. But hey, man, it happens. That's part of your job is to navigate traffic. So it's something I still have to work on. Thank you, sad lad. Billy Hatcher. And now we have a Rainbow Night, and we're 290 from Naked Snake. Dude, we're almost halfway there, and we just started the stream. Hot diggity damn, boys. Thank you, guys. Billy Hatcher. Scaly One says, love hearing them say your name over and over. They did everything to pretend you weren't there last year. So awesome to getting to see you out there. Well, to be fair, you got to be, you have to have a hot rod and be doing well for them to talk about you. And that's what happened. We had a hot rod. So you can't ignore it forever, right? So I'm glad they talked about me. I think it was Charles Crawl. I think he's the commentator. I could be wrong. He's super nice too. So good. Thank you, Scaly One. I love you, dude. Appreciate you, Scaly. Hell yeah. By the way, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, I'll be racing the NASCAR Truck Series race at Rockingham, North Carolina. So make sure you're paying attention. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1, of course. Miss L is the member. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, boys. Almost halfway to next thing. Make sure you like the stream. We got some stuff to talk about today. Miss KJ, what's up, baby? How you doing? The beautiful Miss KJ has arrived. Like I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? Sad Lab, be up early though. So have a good night, everybody. Love you, Sad Lab. Appreciate you, buddy. You'll either be fast or be wrecked. Oh, I'm worried about that. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a wild race for damn sure. Ain't no way to avoid that. It's going to be a fast racetrack and it's a small racetrack, right? Fast and small, boys. Fast and small. All right. Gonna be a lot of fun, boys. A lot of fun, boys. That's a good video. Jeff on the road. Oh my God. Delicious. Oof. Ripping the fence, boys. Ripping the fence, boys. All right. Thank you, man. I'm retweeting that. All right. Let me go to my bookmarks. Bookmarkies. All right, boys. I wonder if this is going to be too graphic. I guess we're going to find out. I'll read the news report about it, though. Ho. Thank you, Sad Lad. Oh, yeah. Well, Alan Jones is the man. He's been here for a while, boys. May like of your car. Oh, you sent me. Wait, where were you? Were you there, Miss Dell? And you didn't say hi to me? Hold on. Where are you at? Where's Miss Dell? Did you send you were at the race? Or maybe you did say hi to me and I'm just a bad friend and I don't remember. Oh, that's awesome. That is an awesome picture. What the hell? Where'd you get this from? Oh, that's cool, bro. I like that. Let me follow you so I can have that saved in here, Miss Dell. I'm following you so it's saved. Thank you. All right, boys. Article, cool. Cool. Okay. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the safest place possible on earth right now is a GameStop. Why? Because there's no one in there to stab you or hurt you. Well, just when you thought you were safe, I got news for you. You're not, man. The GameStop employees be wilding. They be wilding. They be pulling out the knives and they be giving a few jabs to some unruly customers. And that's what happened in this video I'm about to show you. Look, dude, I have been in a lot of tussles with customers at GameStop. Okay, I've been in a lot of tussles with customers at GameStop, but never have I resorted to violence. I one time had this guy threaten to beat me up, so I went around the counter to get in his face because I just had enough. Okay, I was like, I'm getting fired today. You guys, we've all been there, right? I'm getting fired today. Well, then he said, follow me outside. I bet you won't do it. So I followed him outside. And then he said, I bet you won't follow me out to the parking lot. So I did it. And then he was like, I bet you won't follow me to my car. And I was like, dude, get the hell out of here. He was just not trying to fight. And neither was I, to be honest. But I would have. God dang it. Now, to be fair, the guy in this video, complete opposite. He was not like me, unfortunately. But before we show you this, make sure you like and share this. It is very, very disturbing. So get the hell on it, doggone it. But we're going to go ahead and pull it up. And let's see what you think about this nonsense. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Here we go. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you. I bet you won't follow me into bed, Zachary. I bet you won't lick my balls. I bet I will. I bet. You don't know me. I bet I might, boys. I bet I might. So here we go. It says GameStop employee stabs a customer in the neck and not with his shillelagh or his kisses. No, with hard steel. It says Prince William County, Virginia, which, to be honest, that sounds a very stabby place. Prince William County? Yeah, I'm not going there. I will never go to that place now to avoid the knives. Police say an argument between a video game store employee and a customer turned violent after worker stabbed a patron. He stabbed the guy in the neck. Hot diggity damn. According to the Prince William County Police Department, officers were called to the GameStop at the mall in Woodridge just after 2 p.m. to investigate a fight. But lo and behold, imagine you're a police officer and you're just doing the rounds. You're going to the donut shop. You're getting your coffee. You're having a good day. And then you get a call to go to the mall, to go to GameStop. And now you're even more hyped because you're like, damn, I haven't been to a GameStop in a while. I'm very excited. No one goes there anymore. I miss midnight releases. Please, somebody let me relive my childhood. And you get there and it's a dude that's been stabbed. And you're like, damn, all my hopes are dashed. No Call of Duty Black Ops 8 midnight release. No, a stabbing. So you head to the damn mall only to see the horrific scene. It says when officers arrived, they learned a 30-year-old man was a customer at the store when he got into an argument with an employee. Later identified as 28-year-old Xavier Robert Lee Courtney. That's a lot of damn names. He got a lot of names. Investigators say Courtney and the customer were arguing when he grabbed a pocket knife and stabbed the customer in the upper body. The victim was taken to an area hospital for help and is expected to survive. And I just got to throw this out there. Look, customers can be unruly. I've had a lot of bad customers in my day, but I've never wanted to kill one of them. So this guy was at the end of his rope. I'm going to be honest. He probably had a lot of RSBs, a lot of shipment, had marketing to do, had the corporate overlords breathing down his neck, telling him to get more subscriptions, get more credit cards, get more pro memberships. If you don't, you're fired. And he was like, you know what? I'm stabbing the next MFer that comes in my store. And it happened to be our boy. Rest in peace. He did not die, by the way. He's fine. He's totally fine. But we're going to pull it up. So this is the guy that did it. This is the GameStop employee right here. Xavier Lee Robert Courtney. This is our guy right here. He was unhappy that his reserves and his pro cards were down, and he took it out on the only person you would take it out on. Not the corporate overlords. No, you're going to take it out on the first guy that walks in. So here's the video. Let's make this a little big so you can see what's going on. So here we can see, this is obviously the employee, right? And this is I'm completely obvious. This is the employee. He even has a shirt that says GameStop on it. God, what is wrong with me? So, and I think he might actually be holding the pocket knife. Now, to be completely fair, we gotta give some of the blame to the customer here. If the employee is holding a knife and they're getting in your face, I'd leave. I'm not getting stabbed in the ass cheeks over some damn games. Okay, I will go to Steam. Right now. I have no willingness to get stabbed in my left nor my right ass cheek. Okay, right? It's like I'll just call Gabe Newell. That's what I'll do. I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna go to Gabe Newell's house and download games and hang out with some chicks. I ain't going to GameStop to get stabbed. Steam is where I'm going. And we ask ourselves, why is GameStop not selling enough physical games? Because you're going to get stabbed. Do you want to get stabbed? No. Game stab. Knives to the freaking players. There we go. Now, see, this guy he's approaching him, though. Like, this is the guy. Like, you see this guy? This is the customer, and he's antagonizing the dude. Why? I do not know. Now, granted, I will say, think about it this way. You're in a GameStop, you get stabbed, you probably can sue them. Who knew this was the pre-order bonus for the new Call of Duty? A free stabbing with every pre-order. And now he has the pole. Oh my God, he's dual wielding. A man is dual wielding the pole and a knife. Wait, the guy can't even leave now. What's going on? Uh-oh, he's getting it. Oh no, I feel it coming, boys. I feel it coming. This lady is strategically hiding. That's what I would do too. I'm going to film this, get the hell out of here. Self-defense? I don't know. Here's my issue. Now, you could argue self-defense. Sure, of course. Here's the issue. The GameStop employee very obviously is blocking my man from leaving. This is kidnapping and eventually stabbing. I don't know if I'd say it's self-defense. But I have not seen the rest. So let's go. We're going to go. He was charged with something. Oh, now he slapped something out of his freaking hand. See, now it's getting worse. The GameStop employee's got the balls, boys. He's got the balls, boys. He's not letting him leave, man. This is getting bad. Getting bad, dude. Oh, now he's outside. And here's the deal. I'm going to explain this thought process to you. For some reason, as employees, you think once you leave the store, you're totally fine to stab. And you're not. Like, that's the thing is, I remember my old store manager, Egg. You guys remember Egg. He would say, oh, I'll clock out and go outside and beat your ass. But I don't think that counts. GameStop's still going to fire you. You know what I'm saying? Come outside so I can stab you. You're still getting fired, bro. He's still getting fired. Nah, dude, I stabbed him off the clock. It's fine. No, he's tripping up on the pole. Oh! He just stabbed the dude. He stabbed him. That was, now I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's a very casual stab. It's a very, very casual stab. It was the most casual stab I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to be completely honest. Straight to jail. Casual stab. Dude, he's about to stab the lady. Oh, no. It's getting bad, boys. My guy's about to stab everybody. Now, here's the bad thing. Once he stabs the first person, now he's like, you know what? I'm stabbing everybody. Because you're going to jail. Might as well stab as many as possible. So I'll get the hell out there if I was anybody. Nope, time to leave. Because dude is already charged. Now he just needs to stab more. He smells blood in the water. I don't know why this video is funny. Now what? Now what? You're going to jail. Xavier, Courtney Lee Roberts, you're going to jail now, man. Was it worth it? No. Why are you stabbing customers? You already stab customers enough financially. You don't need to stab them physically. All right, let's roll the tape back, and we're gonna watch it in a complete one through, commentate it. The aggressor. Now he's telling him to come outside, and then he tries to dual wield the pole like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Here we go. He got the pole. He's ready to pole down. But then he's like, you know what? The pole sucks. It has a weird weight balance. I like the knife better. He slaps the thing at the dude's hand. Dude's like, I'm coming outside, bro. And he's like, let's come outside so I can fight you. And he's like, I'm outside now. And he's like, you know what? Casual stab. Here we go. Casual stab. There it is. That, you see that person run? This person right here dips out right when he's like, he stabbed him. They gone. See, they understood the assignment. I'm out. That's what I do. This lady her self-preservation skills are negative 100. She's like, he stabbed him, and like filming him. No, dude. Don't be filming. Leave. Now what? Going to jail. And I got to be honest. When I first read about this, people were claiming that they were on the side of the employee. And I don't really understand why based on this interaction. Okay, look, I have had tons of terrible customers, tons of them in my 13 years in retail, tons of terrible customers. Okay, never once did I think it was appropriate to stab their asses. Did I want to maybe theoretically stab them in like a VR simulation to get out my frustration? Maybe, but not in real life. Not in real life, Hassan. It says GameStop employee stabbed customer at the Potomac Mills Mall. It says the victim, a 30-year-old man, received treatment at an area hospital. His injuries were not life-threatening, authorities said. Luckily, Xavier is terrible at stabbing. The police officer identified the employee and suspect as Xavier Robert Lee Courtney. He is charged with 1 count aggravated malicious wounding. That is weird. Shouldn't it be attempted murder? Let's be honest. His court date is pending, and his bond is listed as unavailable. Rest in peace. If convicted, Courtney should spend the rest of his life. Whoa, my God. Now that is unexpected. It says right here, if convicted, Courtney could spend the rest of his life in prison. Damn. Now, I doubt it will come to that, but that is crazy as hell. The stabbing occurred at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday at the GameStop mall. Authorities said the victim was a customer who had an argument. During the encounter, the accused retrieved a pocket knife and stabbed the victim in the upper body. The police officers provided first aid until the victim could be taken to the hospital. Investigators said Courtney left the store at first before returning. He was then taken into Courtney. The store will be closed on Thursday afternoon. Well, yeah, who are you going to get to work there? Hey, man, I need somebody to cover my shift. I done killed somebody. What the hell y'all doing? What is your worst encounter with an employee at a retail place? Comment it down below and I'll heart the best one. Can it beat getting stabbed? I doubt it. Holy ozone, Mr. Rob with a goal, boy. We are officially halfway to Naked Snake, boys. Halfway to Naked Snake. Damn, thank you, Rob. How you doing, Rob? Does he have priors? I don't know about that. GameStop's going to have to teach customers de-escalation techniques. Hey, man, before you go in here, take this class. He stabbed him over Pokemon cards. I might. Pokemon cards are cool, right? Is it Karos? You go to buy a game at GameStop. Fucking GameStop. And they offer you to sign up for the free magazine. Stab Informer. Karis, what up? Orange Boy, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy, so much. I love you, dude. I appreciate you. He's coming in strong with a Orange Boy. My boy Karis. Hey, boy. Sorry I didn't respond to you or message you again that night. I was hyper stressed. I did end up getting me a rental. I called American Airlines and they sorted it out. I went to the Advantage line, the Advantage Flyer, frequent flyer line. The lady completely sorted it out, changed my flights. My rental was like $90. I barely skirted my budget. We were good. Thank you, Karis, for all the help, man. I know you were trying to help me and I appreciate you. I love you. Jeezy, do you ever get tired of Naked Snake? No. I walk around my house literally in tight ass boxers all day, shirtless. Come on. Come on. All the girls in my life, bro. That's how I get them going with these flabs. The flabs. All the girls, meaning PDH. She likes the fat man body. Jeezy. I'm the fattest guy that weighs 180 in the world. Thank you, Jeezy. I appreciate you. Billy Hatcher. And just like that, a new gangster was born. Nah, bro. He be stabbing. He's already a gangster. He was stabbing. He is already the gangster. He has already been promoted to gangster status before the stabbing. You know? Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you, buddy. Halfway to Naked Snake. Joe Schmo. Sean shouted you out on Timmy Pool right now. Correction, Noah Sanders shouted you. What did Noah say on Timmy Pool? What did Noah say on Timmy the Pool? Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you. Brian Blackwell, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Oh, let's make music together. Oh, baby. This is now a singing stream. Everybody like the stream in honor of the sing. Oh, yeah. I got so many jokes. Billy, you ain't got nothing. Van, what's up, buddy? GameStop closing more stores in my area. Place with high business traffic like the mall and Plaza Theater. It's not looking good. And they're stabbing people, Red Devil. They out here stabbing everybody. They stabbing the big lip alligator. Dude, you know. Don't do like the racist, Sean. But let's be fair, Sean. Let's be fair. Are you going to claim, Sean, that you're not a little racist? Sean, you going to claim you're not a little racist? Are you going to unironically claim that, Sean, in front of God and everybody, that you're not a little racist? Come on, Sean. Come on, Sean. And Manuel says, I once had an awkward call with the store manager when tell him to kick the butt of the homeless guy who tried to steal something. He asked, is the police involved? I said, no. Okay, finish your turn. Hot diggity damn. He was charged with a Class 2 felony punishable by 20 years to life and faced with $100K requiring proof of malicious intent to maim, disfigure, disable, kill. Well, there's easily proof of the intent. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I don't know. Whenever you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off, what do you think? What does your mind go? Come on. Come on, man. It's healthy. No, it's a joke. I'm joking. Go. We all little waces, he says. We all little waces. Wacist. Oh, you silly boys. So many silly people in my chat today. All right. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. Let's continue. Gosh, man, I'm starting to. My nose is it's like clogged, and it's starting to really mess with my brain here. I don't know if you guys seen this, but everybody's asking what happened to Bobby Codiff. Is that her name? Yeah. Bobby Althoff. That girl that was like she was a podcaster that literally came out of nowhere. This girl, you guys remember this girl? She came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, and was like interviewing the biggest celebrities in the world. And people are always confused when I say that she's an industry plant. Right? They're like, one of her first episodes was interviewing Drake. And then Scarlett Johansson. And they're like, what do you mean she's an industry plant? She's represented by giant studio agencies out of Hollywood. Yeah, she's an industry plant. Come on, guys. Come on. Stop being dumb for 2 seconds. Nah, bruh, she's a normal ass person. Her first episode was Drake. Yeah, normal ass person. Yeah, my first episode was also going to be Drake, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. Yeah, okay, come on. Come on, guys. What point has she done? I don't know, Chadwick. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. All right. Let's pull up some vidges. We're going to pull up some vidges about some protests for fun. That's just what blew her up on her first interview. Well, the Drake interview happened like 2 months after her first show. Right? And she first started on TikTok a few months prior. But she was represented by 3 of the largest agencies in Hollywood. Why was she represented by 3 agencies? Sean, can you name one agency that represents me? Sean Productions? Natty Lot Productions? No. I don't have no agency. Come on. Nah, bruh. She just had the same agencies representing all these giant actresses, and she totally wasn't an industry plant, bruh. It's totally fine. She was totally organic. It's completely cool. I saw protests in my hometown. It was mostly retired old folks making Elon jokes. I do like me some Elon jokes. CAMEL LLC. Oh my God. CAMEL. I'm going to pick my nose. I got a big boogie. Big boogie. And it's killing me. This is wild. I got like one lodged in my brain right now. It's killing my ass. All right. Let's make music together. Baby. All right, boys. $200 until Naked Snake. Toxin. Let's talk about some of these beautiful protests going on. Let's have some fun with it. We're going to have some fun with it, boys. You guys ready to have some fun with it? Come on, boys. I do like that one interview that Bobby had, though. I will say that one interview where she called the lady a musician, and she's like, I'm not no musician. And she's like, you literally make music. And she's like, I don't do magic. And she's like, that's a magician. You're a musician. And she's like, what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you had to hide your face to pick your nose, why did you tell us? I don't know. I'm a very transparent person. Gosh, it's awful. I hate when this shit happens. It always happens during the stream. It's because I'm allergic to Sean's bullshit. That's what it is. All right, here we go. That's what it is.
Right now in New York City, anti-Trump, anti-fascist protests, and I have one question. Where the fuck is Gen Z?
Working.
Sorry.
They're working.
These people are cheering. They're talking like it's just the 60s. It's like the 60s, and they're having conversations. And
oh God, now it all makes sense. It's all a nostalgia trip for boomers to fight against computers. And it's oh no.
I'm all for boomers protesting. It's fun. I'm totally cool with that. I gotta be completely honest with you. Totally cool with that. And I gotta be honest, the idea of like protesting like Elon Musk and stuff is very weird to me. I got a lot of stuff to do though. I can't travel to like some city and go stand in the street and scream. It's just not something I can afford right now. You know, maybe if they paid me. Oh my God. 40 likes till 200.
That's what it all is. They're cosplaying. This is their version of going back and playing classic WoW.
walking slowly. There's no fight here. There's no youth here. It's all 30-somethings and their children, and then seniors. And God bless everybody who showed up today, but I'm really fucking disappointed in the youth turnout. Where is the youth turnout? This is
They're working. They're working. And also, I think a lot of young people don't have as much investment in the stock market. So the tariffs don't seem to be as much of a tangible evil to them because they don't get to observe the negative effects. So
Yeah. So this is one thing that's very interesting to me, Sean. And I want your what is the your opinion on it, Sean? Okay. I want your opinion on this, Sean. I'm going to ask you a question. Flutterbat, what's up, baby? Says, I can't watch all these lefty psychopath vids. It's all Cecil does now. Shit triggers me so much, like put a fist in my laptop. Well, see, the difference here is this is just videos of the protest and why they are getting paid. And I'm not Cecil. That's the most important thing. Cecil, if I was Cecil, I'd be like, look at this girl's nose. She's obviously a dumb bitch. That's Cecil. Like, I hate these people. Cecil doesn't have any real commentary. It's just Cecil being Cecil, which I can appreciate. Okay.
big surprise that a bunch of old people that have capital are mad about their capital gains going down. Who could have ever guessed that? And also a lot of young people are moving away from this too, because they see this and they're like, well, this is my future. And I don't want to sign it away to like some illegal immigrant. I don't want to sign it away to Israel. Like how many times have you guys seen the picture of like somebody saying, I'm not signing up for the draft to go fight for Israel? A lot of people think that. You know who's been popping off a lot on TikTok?
I had to sign up for the draft. It sucked. It sucked. So Sean, here real quick, let me ask you a question. And you probably don't disagree with me, but I'm going to ask you the question. So all these people that have been saying eat the rich for the last 15 years are suddenly angry that the stock market has dropped and only 0.7% of everyday people have any kind of investment in the stock market. It's like 99% the top elite people have investments in the stock market. So technically, this is only hurting the rich and eating the rich. But now we're not okay with eating the rich. Right? So, and I got to, from my perspective, I don't have any stocks. I sold all my shit a few years ago. I ain't got nothing left. I got some crypto shit. But other than that, and I don't also look at it as me losing unless I sell. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a gambler. I don't freak out. If I see my crypto go down, I just don't care because I don't sell and I don't plan on selling anytime soon, right? So that's the issue, right? So what do you think, Sean? Is this a legitimate like eat the rich thing? Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. How the hell did Warren Buffett is the only one that made money? That dude's just too damn smart. Yeah. If you have crypto, you're gambling. I bought crypto. I bought a bunch of crypto like 4 or 5 years ago, and then I look at it like once every couple of months when I remember it exists. So I wouldn't say it's the same as gambling. I have quite literally seen friends in Vegas pull out 10 grand and lose it in like an hour, and they're panicking. That's gambling. You know. Sean. It's also hurting 401k and retirement options for normal people. Yeah, if they sell, right? So if they cash out these things, here's the issue. When your grandpa says, I lost 30K today, he didn't lose 30K. His number on his graph dropped 30K. But the weird thing about the stock market, like fluctuation, is when it goes down, people always act like it's forever. And then it goes up, and then people act like it's not forever. And it's very confusing. You know? It's funny the eat the rich people complain when it also affects them, though. Like there wasn't going to be collateral damage. Yeah, I mean, if you... The one thing is it's all based in like this perfect utopian society, right? So people that say we need to tax the rich at 99%, right? People, they unironically, a lot of people believe this. They want to tax billionaires or, people that make over 100 million or a million or whatever have you. They all have different numbers. They're like, we want these people to be taxed at this amount of money. But what they don't understand is these people have free will and they can just relocate, right? Like we try to pretend that billionaires can't just up and like take all their companies and all their assets and everything and just freaking move it somewhere else, like Patrick and SpongeBob. Just move it somewhere else, right? And That's one of these weird issues that I have with it. Like, they think that billionaires won't just like get the hell out. And in the perfect utopian society, which people, the weirdest thing about talking to people that occupy these opinions, and to like a violent point, like I don't think Sean does at all. I'm saying like people, just random people that like really like Hassan Piker. He doesn't believe anything he says, but let's assume for a second a person like that exists somewhere. They do. Their utopian society, it hinges on the fact that we remove free will, right? I watched a debate the other day of a guy talking to this lady who was like that about, you know, crime and theft and violence and how we remove it, right? And they were talking about immigration and the higher, you know, percentage of violent crime, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, we just don't have it. And he's like, how do you not have it? How do you stop crime? And she was trying to say that we wouldn't have to punish crime because crime in her society wouldn't exist. And he's like, how would crime in your society not exist? And she's like, it just wouldn't. Because her viewpoint was to remove any charges. Like, you won't be charged for like theft. You know, she held one of those views where you don't charge people for theft. You don't arrest people. And he's like, how can you do that? And she's like, well, because it wouldn't exist. And she was arguing the fact that it's the common belief that every single structured society that has ever exists need an enforcement arm. That enforcement arm has to be men because men are physically stronger. So you're always going to have to utilize men. Even if women are in power, you have to utilize men, right, to enforce your rules. That you can't avoid it. Even if women are completely in power, men have to enforce your rules. So you need men, obviously. I mean, that's just nature. But she was claiming that you wouldn't need men because crime wouldn't exist if women led. Like, there would be no crime. No one would ever be need to be arrested or hurt in any way, shape, or form. All 400 million people would just commit no crime at all because crime doesn't exist because women are in power now. And he's like, well, how do you do that? And she's like, you just do it. And it would just happen. And that's the belief of this weird, like, utopian society. You would have to completely, in their opinion, remove all free will from the equation. You can't have any free will, right? You know what I'm saying? The enforcement arm doesn't have to be men if they're guns. Shit, Sean. Then explain to me why there's not one single Navy SEAL that has ever been a woman in the history of forever. And explain to me also why women haven't just taken over the Middle East because they're tired of being discriminated against and persecuted against. Why don't women just take over the Middle East because they have guns? Guns are an equalizer to an extent. They're equalizers to an extent. But men that are trained in a way that is unfathomable, like, it's like a professional sport, right? Like, we all think we can just go like be in professional sports. Like, the layman always thinks they can go play football or baseball or race better than professionals, but then they go and they experience it and they're like, oh, okay, this is way different than I thought. I can never do any of this. It's the same thing with like a Navy SEAL. These 8 dudes could infiltrate your home without you rolling over in your bed once and hog tie your ass. You would wake up in a damn white room. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the issue. Ooh. So you're saying, Sean, the police are the only enforcement arm? The military isn't an enforcement arm of laws. So what happens when a women's police force, because they have guns and they have never ever had issues in the police force at all with getting overpowered by anybody? Let's say the entire police force for an entire state is women. What happens when those women get overthrown? by like a militia in like a week, because that's what happens in the Middle East, right? What happens? Who do they call immediately, Sean? What branch of the government do they call? They got a name, and it's not Ghostbusters. It's the National Guard. The National Guard, man. An enforcement arm always has to be men. It will always be men. Unless we're like, let's say like 1 million or 2 or 10 million down the road, like we are biologically changed to where we're all like the same, then maybe it'd be different. Billy Hatcher. And oh, we already got that one. By the way, Karis with a pink boy. Sean says, I'm saying that all men are all women is not the answer. Oh, I agree. I agree. The person's point, though, Sean, was that all women in power would lead to no crime. And the guy's like, well, who would enforce your laws, right? It would have to be men. Like, within reason, it's going to have to be the majority of men, right? And if you, let's say you want the best people for the job, like with physical, militaristic, like operations, it will 100% be men, right? The top 1% of the, like, of infantry, top probably 10%, 20% probably are going to be exclusively men, you know? So I've heard the talk about people getting mad that their 401k and stocks are dropping down. The real traders see it for what it is, which is a sell to buy while the numbers are down. This type of thing happens every few years. It's normal. That's what I said to PDH the other day. Keros with a pink boy. We are now 150 to Naked Snake. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I love you, Karis. We love you, Karis. We love this man. He's so good to me. Oh. Yeah, Jeezy. As long as she's 6'1", I'm all cool with it. What's up? Thank you, Karis. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. Let's continue. Sorry, we got off on a tangent there. But no, yeah, the enforcement arm has to be men. Right? Because, like, in your opinion, Sean, would you rather send 50% women, 50% men, infantry into a boots on the ground war against, China, which is going to be 100% men? Or would you rather send 99% men and 1% women? You know the answer. You don't want to die. You don't want to be bothered while you're drinking your natty lots. Okay. You're sending your boys. Protect me, boys.
TikTok? Nick. You know the Nick I'm talking about, not NMP.
Your future that is going to be impacted by the actions of the Trump administration.
Yeah.
And it's really this easy to show up in numbers and show your government that they're outnumbered. That is
Well, shouldn't you have showed the government that they're outnumbered whenever you voted? Because I feel like that's a great mentality to have. But there was a day for that. It was
That's pretty fucking funny.
like November 5th. Like we already had that day.
That is the point of a protest.
Yeah.
To show that your government, that they are outnumbered. And if Trump leads you to believe that protesting does nothing, then this is what we get. We get a crowd of 30-something.
Well, the reason why protesting does nothing is because it's the extreme minority of people. And these people don't realize it, but like all of these values that they have are complete luxury beliefs. These are people who are misinformed by mainstream media, who have mental disorders, who have been, radicalized on the internet. And it's not a big surprise that they're really not doing very well. That's it. They protest so much, we don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, it's again champagne socialism.
Yeah, dude, that's a really great point, man. It's a really great point. Sean says the job of the military to vet their service members. You place them where they are best suited. 100% agree. And it just so happens when it comes to physicality, it's 99.8% men, which is how it should be because we want a strong military, right? You want a strong military, man. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. Like, women can easily serve their purpose in the military, but it's not going to be boots on the ground. And it shouldn't be, because when you're going against a militaristic force that's huge and vast and also a lot, like 100% men, you want to kind of like be able to be on equal footing. So I think that's probably why all special forces are just men, because it kind of has to be, right? Because if it wasn't, then it would just be the Middle East, right? What happened when what are they called? There's so many different terrorist organizations. What is the one from like 10, 15 years ago? ISIS? Yeah, I think it was ISIS. Might not be ISIS. Might be the one previous to it. Al-Qaeda. They took over. They came into power, and within like a week, women couldn't go to school. Women could not work. They could not drive. They were not allowed to read. within a week. A week. Like, that's what happened. And it's because men decided, we're going to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a good thing. Taliban. Thank you, Ben Ryder. Oh, see, there's just too many, Ben Ryder. There's too damn many. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's a good thing at all. I'm saying that that's the nature of the beast. So we got to fight fire with fire. Fight fire with fire. Is that a Megadeth song? Cowboy Juggernaut, who the hell a ton of protests? I got to work. I agree. And the issue is what she's saying right now is you're protesting over stuff that only exists in like Western culture because Western culture is so comfortable. If for example, if the government decided tomorrow that they were going to tax normal Americans, like middle-class Americans at 99%, there would be 50 million people marching on the White House, right? Or on the Capitol. It would be like 50 million people because that's a huge fucking deal, right? Oof. Anyways, what'd you say, Sean? Hot take: trans women can't play women's sports because they're too masculine, but that doesn't cut the same mustard for military service. No, not at all. No, not at all. You know, the issue is, and Sean, look, I got to preface this, Sean, because a lot of people misconstrue. I have no issue at all with trans people, not even a little bit. I'm all for doing what you want to do in life. That I'm fucking for it, right? You know, I feel like people misconstrue that. Just the fact that you're like, don't want to pay taxes, or maybe you agree with some of the conservative ideals, that you just agree with that. I don't. I'm happy for you. Do what you need to do. Okay, that's cool. You know, I'm all for it. You know, as long as children are not involved, which I think is pretty damn reasonable. That being said, when it comes to extreme, and we got to understand the perspectives here, because a lot of people we don't understand the perspective. So when you're in a war-torn zone and you're living in like a tiny encampment, rationing food, there's no AC for 6 weeks and you're not showering, this is when men come into their element of survival. If you put someone in there that needs constant medical intervention, it could lead to like negative situations when your eye needs to be on the ball of what is going on right now in front of you. And I feel like that's kind of the issue. Now, look, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it, but if you need constant medical intervention to kind of stay in a frame of mind, it's probably not going to be beneficial for the group around you that are trying to achieve a centralized goal, right? That's probably where the issue lies, I would imagine, right? So, beep. Mange! Being trans interferes with combat readiness. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, you know? Yeah. So, thank you, Mange. Sean says, but not all service members are frontline either. Oh, no, I agree. I'm just talking about boots on the damn ground, baby. So that's what I'm referring to. As far as anything else, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, Sean. I'm talking about the dudes that are getting the shit done in the bad conditions, doing stuff that no one else wants to do, so we can all kind of enjoy like the comfort here. That's what I'm kind of referring to.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And again, if you look at a lot of these protests, it's all the same demographics. I can't afford to take off work and go protest. Protesting is for the rich and or subsidized. Yep. Catering to virtue and receiving stupidity in the elderly. Interesting.
Yep. I agree with that shit. 170 to naked snake boys. Bet she doesn't pay tax. Of course not.
Stupid and old people. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Old people want to go do a good thing because they're like, oh shit, maybe this heaven thing is real. I better stop fucking around. I'm gonna try and be a good guy. Someone said, remember the 5th of November? Well, apparently these people forgot because they didn't vote.
And their children and seniors.
Please elaborate on what you mean by luxury beliefs. So what I mean by luxury belief is that it's a belief that a person holds that they don't actually have to. It's a check they write, but they don't have to cash. So what I mean is that, like, for example, a person who lives in a northern state that is 95% in ethnically white in that area is going to say that, illegal, unfettered immigration is great and they like diversity a lot. Well, if you like diversity so much, then why is your area that you're in not diverse? And so the problem is that these are people who have values that they don't actually live up to. And that's really what the issue is. Do you see kind of what I'm saying? And so, like, for example, for these people, they think that, well, it's great because you have like more people making tacos or something what I love about it is that it's always this like it's like it has the same type of energy as like the awkward white person that like a black guy gets in the car and then like their mom puts on rap music and they're like, oh, this one's for you. Like that's the mentality that they have, right? Or they're driving down, there's like a homeless person and they're like, oh my god, I've got to lock my car, make sure they don't get in my car, right? And so this is the energy that these
it's called the soft bigotry of low expectations, right? The squid. The issue is mostly the fact that they need constant meds. The military needs you to be deployable 100%. Anyone regularly needing medication is not deployable. This is across the board. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Thank you, the squid. I love you, man. Appreciate you, squid. Thank you for coming for your boy, on your boy. Thank you, baby. Well, yeah, it's performative, Emmanuel. And the issue is, and I tweeted about this earlier. Where's my tweet at? Beep, boop, 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 boo. Do, 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 do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Why is there so much? Okay, let me scroll down. I tweet way too much, guys. Boop. Boop. Okay, here it is. And this was kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Sushi. My cat is just being fat and walking around my room and like scrubbing his face on my feet. And I don't like it. So I said those chanting eat the rich for 10 years are suddenly worried about the elite's well-being in the stock market. And this is something that I thought was kind of curious, right? It says, and this is something Sean can allude to. And I always go back to Sean because Sean's like the resident like liberal and it's fun to get his perspective. So it's like you got them to be pro-child slavery for iPhones, which people will openly say that it's actually good that the Chinese 6-year-old has a job, right? Got them to be pro-high prices by decreasing the inflation in egg prices. Got them to be pro-illegal work, which is lower the minimum wage because who will pick our crops, right? And that is something that's been kind of echoed from politicians. They're like, oh, well, these people actually serve a really good purpose by picking our crops, and we need to pay them below minimum wage because normal Americans don't want to do it, and it will cause inflation if we get normal Americans to do it. And I've been thinking that it's very interesting how like kind of fluid that viewpoints exist, right? Because those people will say, hey, we need a $30 minimum wage, right? A lot of these people will say we need a $15, $20, $25, $30 minimum wage, but they are openly for people illegally in the country working for below minimum wage. How can you reconcile the same belief, right? It's kind of a very interesting. Stop meowing at me, boy. Why are you meowing at me? Where the hell are you? Stop headbutting me. God, my cat's freaking huge and he's being fat. What do you want, dude? Just lay down. What's wrong? I think my dog is like guarding the door and he's freaking scared. Anyways. Gives me a chance to come up when it rebounds. Hell yeah, Sean. What's up? Bite a dip, baby. Show us the cat. He's far too fat to pick up, dude. I'll break my arms. I want to see the cat. Oh, what is wrong with you guys? You want to see the fat cat? Here. He probably won't let me pick him up. No, he's freaking running. Hold on. I have to sneak attack him. I have to wait for him to come back. I'll wait for him to come back and I'll get him. Nope, he's trying to leave now. I just did biceps today, though, so I don't know. Okay, he's walking out of the room. Sushi. Oh, he left. Where the hell is he going? What were you doing this whole time bothering me? He just walked out the door. All right, then. Come back. Come back! I'm a social liberal, but physical conservative. I actually believe in populism. I just don't crow about it when I'm busy screwing everyone else. You're a social liberal. I used to be. I feel like I used to be socially liberal, kind of. Then stuff started getting a little too haywire, and I was like, shit, maybe I'm not, I'm definitely fiscally conservative. What's up? Except I don't want to pay taxes.
These people have. And it's like, no, every Mexican that comes over here doesn't just come over and make taco. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's such a weird fucking stereotype to have. It's the same as like, in Concord, they have like the black character whose passive is to run fast. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Like, and these are the people that are trying to constantly go and talk down to other people. And so this is the issue.
Yeah, it's the soft bigotry of low expectations. It's the belief that we do not need voter ID laws because the people that might not have IDs, or, and I'm not going to be specific so people don't freak out, but the actual belief structure is inner city people can't get IDs because they're not intelligent enough to get IDs, and they're too poor. And that's really fucked up to say, right? So that's the issue. So beep 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 beep. Yeah, Sean, and it's kind of it's touchy to talk about, right? Because it's so high, it's so hard to kind of reconcile, because like I said earlier, right? So you said just because they shift the goalposts doesn't change your opinion on people and their freedoms being allowed to exist. Agreed. Here's the issue: is I said earlier, I'm all about like being free to do whatever you want to do, whether that's travel, have hobbies, or like being a trans person. That I'm all for it, 100%. And they're like, okay, well that's cool. Like that, now you're a liberal, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, socially liberal. Now let's take it a step further, because you can't just have that opinion, right? I can't just have that opinion, because what is also agreed upon with that opinion? It's taking away the rights of other people to adhere to that opinion. So people that generally, and I'm saying generally, Sean, that are like, oh, I'm all for trans like folks, like have at it, go do whatever you want to do. I'm totally cool. I'll call you whatever. I'm totally cool with it, right? And that's me. I'm actually I'm talking about me, my perspective right now. But what happens when you're like, well, we believe in trans rights, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And it's like, what is the right that you need to have? And when we get to that conversation, the right goes always back to one point, right? The right to not have your feelings hurt. And I know I'm like paraphrasing or kind of boiling it down simply, but the right always comes back to not being persecuted against, which in loose terms means not being misgendered, not being, made fun of or anything to any degree, or you're charged, like in Canada with C-16, Bill C-16, right? And in the UK currently, like you can't misgender people or you'll be arrested. I vehemently disagree with that. But now suddenly I'm not a social liberal anymore for that one piece of the pie. I don't think you should be arrested for words ever, unless they're obviously like direct threats or calls to violence. But that's the caveat, because the caveat is if you misgender me, that's a call to violence. Therefore, technically, it's not your free speech. And that is fucking wrong, because I was called fat every day and I did not go to the Capitol and demand not being called fat. Right? So that's the issue, So there's no right to not have your feelings hurt. I agree. But that's what it boils down to, right? So like, what is a right that a trans person may not have? Because it's like trans rights are human rights, right? What's the right? That's where we need to figure out. Because I agree. Yeah, let's go. Trans rights. Woo. I'm right there with you. Trans rights. Boom. Let's go. I'm cool with it. What is the right that is lacking that everyone else doesn't have? That's the question that needs to be answered. And when it's usually answered, it's being affirmed. Being affirmed. And I don't mind at all. I don't care. Like I said earlier, you're whoever you want to be. That's fine. I'll call you whatever. I'm cool with it. But I'm not cool with if I happen to not, I get arrested. That's fucking crazy, insane, and needs to go away forever. Otherwise, no one would care. I think most people will be like, yeah, cool, right? But that's what generally activists will argue, that you have to be arrested for hate speech or something. And I'm like, no, whoa, hold on. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. Are you been thinking gay marriage? What thing? What thing, Sean? Gay marriage, for example, gays being allowed to marry doesn't take away your freedoms as a straight person. I agree. I agree. I am pro gay marriage. I am pro. Yeah, MA, I agree. Agree, Sean. Right, I agree right there with you. But see, that's the issue, Sean. Is if I say that, suddenly I'm not socially liberal anymore. Right? If I say right now, like, I am 100%, I'm 100% like for all like trans issues, I'm cool with it. Like, I think you should be who you want to be. As long as you're an adult, let's go. Let's have a good time, right? But it's like, okay, well, do you think people should be charged for hate speech if they misgender somebody? And I say, oh no, of course not. That's crazy. Oh, suddenly I'm not a social liberal anymore. That's where everything gets kind of sticky. I'm like, wait a second, what? Because it sounds like me and you, Sean, agree on the same exact shit right there, right? So, but it's the caveat. Whiskey sour, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? Hell yeah! All right. Joey says you're LGBTQ for hitting that vape. Just say gay. Yes. What is it you call it, Billy? What do you call the vape? Or is it McSteller? Somebody calls it something real hilarious. Oh. Freedom of speech doesn't equal freedom of violence. What does that mean? What does that mean, Sean? Elaborate a little bit more. Let's continue.
And that's what a luxury belief is. It's something that is informed by virtue, and it's not a value that these people have to be held accountable to. And so they don't have to see the negative results of whatever worldview they have, and that's why they can afford to have that view. You see, like that's that's the point. They don't live up to it. Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks that in the U.S. or just you. I mean, that's what a luxury belief is. If I'm explaining luxury beliefs, that's what I mean.
Yeah, luxury belief is a belief you can have when there hasn't been a war in like 80 years. That's kind of what, if we blanket statement everything. It's Cody Trans. I do have big titties. That's for damn sure. Zach says, do you think someone should be charged for harassing trans people? It depends on what you mean by harassing. If their harassment can be legally defined as harassment, then yes, they should be charged with harassment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you are harassing somebody, you should be charged with harassment, right? But what constitutes harassment? If harassing me or harassing Sean has a different definition of harassing somebody that happens to be trans, then we're talking about something different, right? It's got to be like the same thing. Like if you're like, if you show up at the door and you're calling me shit and you're following me everywhere I go and you're like calling me on private numbers and blah 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 and you're harassing me, yeah, it's harassment. Let's go. You know. So, thank you, Karis. 170 until naked. Snake. I agree, Joe Schmo. Yeah. You know. Joe Schmo says, don't force churches to perform gay marriages. Sure, yeah. You know, yeah. Don't force anybody to do something they don't want to do. I feel like that's pretty normal.
Having values that you don't subscribe to? Yeah.
And barely any teenagers. This is what we get. We get a crowd of 30-somethings and their children and seniors, and barely any teenagers. Barely any teenagers ever. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I can't even. Like, where are you going if you're not going to the protest right now?
Literally anywhere else.
What's more important?
Fortnite. Fortnite. See, these people think like, and this is the problem, right? Is that this is how you know that the people that are doing this are in a lot of cases like upper middle class, is that they can't even conceptualize the idea that somebody has prior engagements or obligations.
And I will add to this a little bit because look, I'm obviously going to be generalizing here because I'm using anecdotal evidence, obviously. But the only person I've ever known in real life, because keep in mind I'm from Alabama, okay? The only person I've ever known in real life to go and protest, one, which is not really related, they did it because they wanted to fight cops, which they told me verbally that they wanted to fist fight cops. Had nothing to do with the actual protest. They actually posted on social media after getting arrested that they were believing equality, blah, 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 but they were lying. So that's a different conversation. But they were like, they came from a highly rich family. And this is the only person I've known that's ever went out and like flew somewhere to protest. They had a rich family. Like they were already rich. So yeah, you probably should. You probably, I mean, it's the nature of the beast. If you have like a lot of family to fall back on, you probably can afford to go protest. You don't have anything to worry about. I couldn't. I could not go protest. I have a mortgage. Like I can't go do that shit. You know? People should have to pass a basic competency test to be allowed to vote. I don't entirely disagree because it started out that way. But it's kind of hard to say, you know. Flip a side of coin. Don't force places to perform the ceremonies if they disagree with it. But the other side can't prohibit it either. What do you mean? Prohibit it? Like you're saying that you can't. Let's say there's a Christian party. Somebody would argue that the conservative party is that way, but let's say there's a Christian party, and I'm just being, you know, hypothetical. Obviously, this is probably actually true about a lot of the past. But there's a party that identifies largely as Christian, and they want laws in the books to prevent gay marriage, for example. Right? That's a no-go for me. So I agree. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to make it a Christian church or a Christian like bakery bake a cake for that thing. But also, they shouldn't be able to introduce laws to prevent it. Right? So I agree with you there. But that's not really what's being argued, right? It's always being argued for the extreme now, right? Now, there are some conservatives that are about it. And yeah, I disagree with that. So you can't force all places to do gay marriage, but you can't force all places to prohibit it. Yeah, sure.
On the weekends because they've lived a life of privilege for so long that they don't even understand that many people don't have the privilege to go out and protest. They don't, like many people, this is another really big thing, is that they have like elderly parents or grandparents or some sort of other person that they're a caretaker for. And so they have to invest time into that. They have to maybe help with a family business as well. They have maybe, let's say, like there are kids they have to help take care of on the weekends because, you know, they can't afford childcare. Basically, we have a spectrum here. And the closer you are to being poor, the closer your life is to playing co-op. And the closer you are to being rich, the closer you are to playing Honkai Star Rail with autoplay while you're being a whale. So you have to run, and you have to use your thighs and calves at the same time. Here we go. You understand? Like, think about how hard it is just to run. Like, you can't even do anything. You can't move. Everything takes so. Oh, there it is. Okay, another one. All right. Oh God. Jesus. Student loans. Oh, what's that? Wait, a minimum balance for my bank.
God, that game. I hate that game so much. The running game. I hate it.
Bank account. Wait, what? Oh, I have a. Wait, what the hell is this? An overdraft fee? What's an overdraft fee? What's this here? Oh, God. Damn. So I have to pay money for my bank account to put my money in the bank account? What the hell is this? Oh, no, I can't buy in bulk because I don't have enough money to invest into that. I can't afford a Costco membership. Oh, God. Jeez.
God. Oh, my God. Dude, when should the cutoff age be to vote? Why is an elder with dementia allowed to vote, but not someone under 18? Oh. You ready for my spicy opinion, Wayne? Here's my spicy opinion, Wayne. I think the voting age should be 25. The same age you have to be to rent a car. I think the voting age should be 25. I would also entertain a competency test for that voter registration. Also, obviously, an ID, a government ID. Obviously, that's like bare minimum. And as far as older people, I think same thing. Competency test for sure. And I would say that competency test needs to be a regular thing the older you get. You know, you can rent a car at 18. Really? Maybe times have changed. I remember going into a place. Maybe it's Alabama. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to rent until I was 25. Like I had to get my transmission changed in my car because the transmission went out, and they wouldn't let me rent a vehicle because I wasn't 25. So it was very weird. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Bare minimum. What's up, Eating Russ? 170 until Naked Steak for the 441st stream. Yeah. What's up, Spotted John? How you doing, dude? Isn't it 25 for a hotel room? I have no idea. I don't think so. Is your car a girl? Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, Wayne. That's also kind of a good point. Like you can go fight. Also, you can't drink. That's weird, right? Like you can't drink at 18, but you can go fight for your. Yeah, so it's a very sticky situation. Maybe just put 18 across the board, right? All right, that makes sense. Unlike law student, they just wouldn't let me do it. They didn't even offer me to pay more. But this has been a few years now.
Okay, no, I can't afford to buy a good car. That's geez, I'm late to work again. Oh no, what's going on? Oh wow, man, I can't afford to have nice clothes, so it's harder for me to get interviews. And oh man, like my dad doesn't own any. God, geez, my parents are first generation immigrants. I can't. Fuck, I can't make any connections. I don't have the networking for the other people. Geez, and this is the difference. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so my dad owns the company, and so as soon as I graduated from college that he got me into, because of my legacy, my legacy connection to the university, I was able to immediately join my father's company. And I started off making $150,000 a year, and I was able to also connect with some of his his connections, and that allowed me to basically even advance that even farther and be able to invest my money into this startup. So I was able to return 10 times the value, which allowed me to buy my first home that I bought from another family.
God, nepotism makes me want to die. I was a trailer park boy. Xavier Courtney was convicted and sentenced to 5 years with a 4-year, 9-month suspended sentence. Wait, what does that mean? Unlike law student, 4-year, 9-month suspended sentence. What does that mean? I don't know the terminology. Thank you, NLA. You all right, though. Thank you, Righteous. Appreciate you. You right, though. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say, though? All the freaks and other races and religions want to replace you, and you care about laws to protect them. Wake up. Bubba and his fake news and all those balls. At least has balls. At least has balls. I don't know what you're trying to say here. Oh, these other races want to replace you. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're trying to say. There's definitely extremists on all ends, for sure.
Family member that sold it to me at a discount, and obviously, I have to buy a new car this year because I've had this car for 3 years, and so you see how this happens?
They don't serve it, and they say, "Oh, so he got 4 months in prison," is what you say, or 3 months in prison. Well, that's lame.
Have I made my point? I have? Lovely. The upper class mind cannot even comprehend this. This is the reason why they don't understand why nobody is protesting. Hey, friends.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point, because I remember one time I was in a really tough spot. I don't remember what it was, if it was like signing a loan or something, but one of my friends that is very wealthy asked why my parents don't just do it. And I was like, what? My parents have way worse credit than me. Like, way worse. What do you mean?
I just passed the Dunkin' Donuts, which is the most vague possible location I could possibly give you in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But besides being near a Dunkin' Donuts, which places me somewhere in Massachusetts, I mentioned I'm at the Hands Off Boston March, and it is the slowest march I have ever been in, and I could not be more happy about that. Because
why is it the slowest march you've ever been in? It's because old people don't walk fast. That's the reason why.
That means that the streets between the park and City Hall are entirely filled with people who are here because they're very angry about what's going on, about Trump and fascism trying to take this wonderful country with all these wonderful people, and there are great chants going on. Immigrants welcome here. Trans people are welcome here. Trans kids are welcome here. This is fucking Massachusetts, kid. Get your fucking hands off of it.
Trans kids. See, that's where you fuck up. That's where you fuck up, man. When you're a 70-year-old person that has pink hair and is acting a little wild, and you say kid like trans 9-year-olds are like welcome, yeah, you're starting to get a little weird. Starting to get a little weird, man. Magna Norris, I like that Asmon's being forced to go semi-base pro. Well, to be honest, that's kind of what's in right now, yeah. So thank you, Magna Norris. Hey, how you doing, buddy? By the way, how you doing, buddy? Magna Norris is here, boys. Sean says, my take on the protests, where people are paid, yes, but not all. Sure. Where most of it takes place is boycotting and internet discourse, and the age of social media times are different now. It's not the 60s. Yeah, I agree. The issue is with social media is I feel like, and this is my opinion, but I feel like if your idea of protest is to post an angry status on Facebook that gets 2 likes and then you feel good about yourself, you kind of suck. right? You're not really one of those people from the 60s that stood arm in arm with like their brothers to fight, discrimination. You're not that guy. You're just the angry 30-year-old lady. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Matanos, I'm Gucci. How are you? Good. What's up, baby? What's up, Matanos? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Welcome back, my friend. I'm good, man. We had a good race last weekend. It was fun.
All right, I'll say hi some more later if I can manage to post this. Bye.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Is like, again, it's just more. It's more Karens. Like this is all it is. This entire energy is all Karens,
and it's like it's very buzzword buzzword heavy, right? So when you ask people why they're protesting, they say fascism, Trump, Elon, and you're like, okay, what about it exactly? And it's like, deporting people, and you're like, okay, so why are you for illegal immigration? And then people will start getting muddy and they can't really answer questions and they don't really know why they're there. That's where stuff gets a little fucked up, Sean says the social networking aspect allows less boots in the ground while still striving for the same goal. People notice it's similar to voting with your wallet. Sure. Yeah, I agree. The only issue is I don't know if it really has an effect. If no one's watching. That's kind of my point, because I see a lot of people on Facebook that are posting outrageous shit and no one cares. That's the issue. Like it feels like, oh, I did my part, right? And I think it's disingenuous. Like people will be like, I believe in this thing and I'm doing my part. And I'm like, you're not really doing your part. You're just trying to get likes and to prove to people you're a good person, right?
Oh, this guy, he doesn't know what they're protesting?
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
It does things without
You gotta talk.
Bro, you are not earning your $40.
$40.
Can you think about how disappointed George Soros is right now? He paid for you to be here and you couldn't even research this at all?
They should give him like a little card though. I think what would be beneficial, and I'm not being like, patronizing or an asshole, but if you're like paid to protest, I think it would be more beneficial to like give these people like kind of like a really quick print off on notes and to make sure they go over it to be able to voice whatever opinion that they are supposed to be, paid for or whatever. I agree, Sean. Yeah.
Come on. This is ridiculous.
Loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews.
Sorry?
He just does everything he wants, and
he does what he wants.
Yeah. He's a convicted felon. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
But your sign says he's a fascist.
Bro, this guy got a bag. Well, actually, he probably had a bag before he did this. Probably both. Probably 2 bags.
And I'm just curious what makes him a fascist.
One of the things is that he's trying to control the media, right?
Say that again?
He's trying to control the narrative.
How is he trying to control the media? Doesn't every president try to control the narrative?
They try to control their own narrative, but one of the things that Trump has done, for example, is the renaming the Gulf of Mexico and then not allowing the Associated Press to come into the White House. Basically, trying to get.
What are your feelings about him renaming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America?
What I find to be really funny is that
imagine arguing for the cable news. That's the weird shit. Sean says, I'm hitting Mr. Bill Maher. Yeah, there's a lot of clips where Bill Maher's talking, and I agree with what he's saying, like vehemently. And then I'll see another clip from like a day later, and he says something else about a different topic, and he's so wrong, in my opinion. So that's one thing about Bill Maher is he definitely doesn't have like a leftist or a conservative opinion. He has all kinds of different opinions, and I kind of like that. I kind of like some nuance, man.
This guy actually brings up a great point, and I do think it was stupid that AP got kicked out for not naming it the Gulf of America. Like, I think it was kind of dumb. Like, this actually, like, yeah, it was kind of silly that they had that happen, for sure. You're not wrong, no? Yeah, that's what I think is funny about it. And, like, this is the issue, is that there's so much, like, just insanity, that anything that's reasonable at all is drowned out by all these other nutballs. And that's the issue, is that they're defined by these crazy people.
When a majority of the Gulf is, in fact, on the coast of America as opposed to Mexico.
I mean, it's kind of pointless. People.
Is it pointless?
Yeah, people call it the Gulf of Mexico.
Don't you think it could have a positive?
Well, if it was pointless, then why wouldn't Associated Press just use the other name? I mean, that's an immediate self-report.
Gotcha. Damn. Pierce Morgan's better. Well, Pierce Morgan will have really, really like conservative views on like trans issues. but he'll have the most liberal views on like gun ownership that it just makes me like want to throw shit. Right? No one should ever have a gun for any reason. I'm like, how about you shut your mouth? Yeah, Sean, I mean, he's definitely an out of touch rich asshole, an out of touch rich asshole, which is literally every politician. That's why you can't really trust any of them for anything. The thing we should hope for, and I think everybody should probably like, humor this idea, but what everybody should hope for is less government intervention in any shape or form in your life across the board, within reason of like local like law enforcement, right? So I think you should never ever overtly support a politician so much to where you're passionate about it, because they do not want to help you. None of them do. If they didn't, they wouldn't have a giant strategy list on what they're supposed to say to certain demographics to try to get votes. Because if they're saying they have a thing they need to say that their team has told them to say, it's to whip votes, because they don't actually believe it, right? Trust no one. The thing we should hope for is absolutely less government, right? Russell Hall says, what about Trump, though? I would argue Trump's really not a politician. I would also argue that Trump's not really hyper interested in helping out anybody. I would say that Trump's goals, they more coincidentally line up with stuff that will help people, like the middle class, for example, like eliminating income tax and stuff, like overarching issues like mass deportation, stuff like that, that will, in the long term really help middle class people. And other politicians say they want to help the middle class, right? Versus actually doing it. It's the weirdest thing in the world that we have one party that claims to be the party of the middle class, yet everything they do is completely in the face of the middle class. Right? It's the weirdest shit. And all it took was them just saying it over and over for it to become truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, for years and years and years, countless decades, Democrats are like, we're the party of the middle class. And that just became the thought because they said it without actually doing anything about it. Right? The whole point is every single person on the left that comes into power, they want more IRS. They want more people audited. They want more middle class people audited. They want more rules against the middle class. Like, how the fuck does that help the middle class? Increasing the minimum wage doesn't help the middle class. People that are on minimum wage aren't middle class. It's the weirdest shit ever. He could still run. Hey, I don't know if he can run. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he can run, to be fair. Like, saying you're going to lower my tax in the tax bracket by 2% is not helping the middle class. Removing taxes altogether helps the middle class.
So, like, if it doesn't matter, then why don't they just use the other name?
Tourism impact potentially?
Tourism has been down heavily.
So I don't want to get into the tourism debate. My question is, the sign says the fascist Trump regime must go.
Yeah.
And so I'm just curious what makes him a fascist. You pointed out that maybe something about his relationship with...
See, this guy needs a raise. They need to pay this guy more.
The media...
This guy does not need a raise. This guy's already too high.
For sure.
He does not need a raise.
How, again, you're calling him a fascist.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it said Biden hired 80,000 new IRS agent. Trump wants to end income tax. Yeah, which one helps the middle class more? Right? So, and when, like, there's actual stats to back this up on who was audited during this last time period, and the vast majority of people that were audited were not rich. It had nothing to do with like going after the rich. I've never understood that. It's like if a ultra rich person tells you they want to go after the rich, they're lying.
Makes him a fascist.
One of the core tenets of fascism is creating an enemy, right? And blaming those columns on
What's
the
that?
So, paper gave me, yeah.
Who gave you that?
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to give him the paper. Yeah. Here. What is this? I don't know. They said I have to. Yeah. What? Yeah. What is it? I don't know. Let me see. What is it? Actually, it's a good question.
The people that gave me the sign. That's a free sign.
No, someone gave you the sign, and then they gave you the handout. So are you reading it now to try to answer the question?
Says? No, I mean,
can I see that? Can you hold that up?
I'm just curious. You can have it.
I can have it? All right.
Yeah, why not?
So where did you get the sign?
All the way in the gatekeeper's house.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is brutal. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. This is a bad look. Not a good look. Mm-hmm. B. Let's see. Who is audited more? What income group gets audited the most? Oddly enough, it's people who make less than $25,000 a year, having a higher audit rate. This higher rate is because many of these taxpayers claim the earned income tax credit, and the IRS conducts many audits to ensure the credit isn't being claimed fraudulently. Do you know how many percent of billionaires are audited? Somebody in the chat type in how many billionaires you think's audited, and then type in the percentage of people in poverty that are getting audited. Can you guess the percentage? Carlos Morales, you're actually really close. Less than 1% of billionaires are audited. The vast majority of people that are audited are people making less than 25 grand a year. You know? Right, Sean. And I'm not disputing this even a little bit. I'm not even remotely disputing that you can audit people. You can audit anybody. The issue is if your entire parties runs on the idea that we're trying to help the middle class and poverty, yet the government organization that directly answers to you and your administration is only auditing people in poverty, then either A, this organization is not listening to you, or B, you're fucking lying. And I'm going to go with B. You know what I'm saying? So Sean says, so getting the IRS only makes it easier for corporate tax sheets. I could give two flying fuck about what a corporation earns. I am not a corporation. I am not the CEO of a corporation. I have not founded a corporation, nor do I run a corporation. This weird idea that I need to be concerned about corporations and not my own fucking mortgage is so alien to me that I'll never understand it. It's I am all for more taxes because we got to go after corporations. It's wait, no, that affects me. Fuck that. I want no taxes. If it ends up corporations paying no taxes as well, let's go. If you said to me right now, hey, you pay zero taxes, Cody. I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, but here's a caveat. Corporations pay zero taxes as well. I'd say, where the fuck do I sign? Why am I worried about corporation tax? What the fuck? Why am I worried about it? I don't get it. Why the hell am I worried about it? Sean says you should. So you pay taxes. They should too. Yeah, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I shouldn't advocate for more taxes to punish corporations. I don't care about corporations. That's what I'm saying. I don't advocate for higher taxes across the board just so I can go after corporations. I don't care. This is not 1998. I'm not a 32-year-old that's a career student that walks around smoking weed saying, we gotta go after corporations, man. I give two fucks. I'm trying to make as much money as I can as an actual individual. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about me and mine, not corporations.
That's another one? They gave you two pieces of paper?
Bro.
They have that one too? Oh, okay. So what brings you guys out here today?
Just because I saw people working out with people.
Yeah, same thing as everyone else, executive overreach.
Bro, this guy's trying so hard because he knows how dumb this looks.
Just because I saw people were hanging.
Can I have that one too?
Look.
Oh, okay. So what brings you guys out here today?
Just because I saw people hang out with people.
Everyone else executive overreach.
Right. It's executive overreach. Yeah. No.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Sean says, I pay my fair share. How much do you pay, Sean? How much do you pay, Sean? I pay like 48 grand a year, and I want to put a gun in my mouth every time I do it. So you want to fix a deficit? I could give two fucks about the deficit. You got to understand, Sean, that I don't care about nobody else but me when it comes to like fiscal shit, right? I don't want to pay more. I want to pay nothing anymore forever. I don't care about the deficit. I just want to pay nothing. I don't care about the Middle East. I just want to pay nothing. I don't care about Europe. I just want to pay nothing. I don't care about what you got between your legs. I just want to pay nothing. It's a very simplistic idea that I have. But what about the deficit? Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Don't want to pay anything. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, CW? How you doing, baby? Well, it's been a while since I paid 40. 40 was like 5 years ago. But yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Is it hard to get a mortgage profession? It is almost impossible. Amateur, it is almost impossible. Almost impossible. So, Sean says corporations can pay 0.1% of their yearly income and boom, problem solved. 0.1% of corporations' income would be like $30 trillion. I don't know. I have not looked this up. I'm just saying. I think taxes are okay, but I don't like the waste. Somebody ban Al Hain McAllister. No, I'm just kidding. I want to drive smooth roads and want our military to be able to defend our nation and not everyone else. Roads have nothing to do with federal taxes. Defend our nation. I think the military budget is hyper overblown because I know people in the military and people that work on the military base, including literally all my friends. Actually, I think 100% of my friends work on the base in town. And their budgets are so overly blown that it will blow your fucking mind. It will blow your fucking mind. They spend $28,000 to paint like a 12 by 12 room. They spend 10 grand per receptacle in an office building. 10 grand per receptacle. These receptacles cost like $6. 10 grand per. That's an issue, which is what USAID actually, that's the whole point. That was like a big issue with USAID at that point. So infrastructure is not paid for. Your infrastructure is not paid for by your federal income is not paid, does not pay your local infrastructure. Your local infrastructure is paid for by property taxes and gas tax. Your local infrastructure of whatever city or town you live in is not paid by your federal income taxes. 98% of it goes towards military budget. So what about interstates? So I can answer this question. Do any of you travel? Do any of you travel? If you do travel and you think your federal income taxes go towards interstates, why is it that when you cross over to the interstates in Tennessee and or Indiana, it is absolutely fucking destroyed? But for some reason, the interstates in Alabama are very, very calm and nice. But the interstates in Tennessee and Indiana, which has toll booths, by the way, which is allocated to fixing the roads, and also a retirement budgets for people on the board, but it's fine. Why is it that different roads are destroyed? Salt? Tennessee? Salt? What the hell's going on in Tennessee with salt? Right? My roads and my schools, bro. But boy, the left has been protesting for 5 years straight, and all it's got them is a low time approval and Trump's second term. Well, here's my issue with this, Fullborn. My issue is Is this 4D chess? Was the entire idea to get Trump in power? It's kind of fucking scary. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. I was thinking Indiana. Ooh, Indiana's very bad. It's fucking very, very bad. It's the worst roads in the entire country. I've traveled almost in every single state. The worst roads in the entire country is Indiana by a college mile. Very bad. Very, very bad. But here's the issue. Let's just go ahead and assume McAllister, that your federal taxes for some reason goes to roads. If there's a portion of your taxes, which there is a very, very, very small portion of your federal taxes that's allocated to everything, right? But saying you want to pay 40 grand, or using me as an example, or CW for 15 grand, saying you want to pay 15 grand a year out of your pocket to taxes because you want roads, and then you say, oh, well, unfortunately, my state didn't allocate it correctly. So you're saying you are all for paying more taxes for corruption? No. The unfortunate truth is that 99% of your taxes, probably more, is allocated poorly as a strategy to actually have higher budgets. And it's all based in corruption. And seeing all the unbelievable corruption that goes around with tax dollars, I think it's fair to say that we shouldn't pay any. You know? The amateur says, because people actually want to travel to Tennessee. No. 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 No, thank you. If your point, McAllister, is you want to pay higher taxes as long as we live in the utopian society, I think most people might not disagree if the society is in fact utopian, but it's not and will never be. I think taxes are a good principle of done. Honestly, completely disagree. Taxes are overwhelmingly theft. The fact that I have to pay $7,000 a year to live in my home and my house being paid off, it's not. My house is paid off, right? Let's assume my house is paid off, but I get sick and I can't pay the $7,000 property tax. My house now belongs to the local government and they can just auction it off. How the fuck is that a good policy? How does that mean taxes are good? That's wild. That's absolutely wild. And you say, McAllister, you can police taxes. Good luck. If your idea of policing taxes is increasing government, well, here we are. We're fucked. We're all fucked. I think if flat tax for everybody pays the same is okay. I think zero. I think that's a decent second option, but my first overwhelming option is done. Zero taxes across the board. Zero. Pay a consumption tax. That's it. So I can control it. Right?
Guys, bro, didn't they tell you to say that? What is this? The ponytails? Yeah, he's trying to cover for him. Oh my God. Yeah, let's see. It's so fucking weird. Media trained youth is the Chinese kid's the only real one. Maybe, I don't know. And yeah, this is gotcha. They hand those out. They're protest organizers. They pass them out to people walking in. George Soros isn't paying all these people. I don't know if this guy's getting paid by George Soros or not. I mean, like, we're mainly joking around about that. But if you can't see the ridiculousness of interviewing a person at a protest that doesn't even know what they're protesting, and they're saying that I just got this sign, and oh, by the way, here's a sheet of paper they gave me. If you don't see how ridiculous that is, I'm sorry, but you're blind. Mm-hmm. Yes. Of course. Like,
Sean says consumption tax. I'm fucked. Yeah, dude, you're fucked, Sean. See, this is why you're not for it, Sean. No, not my natty lights. Oh my God, $150 to Naked Snake, my beautiful boys. Appreciate you. How you doing? Hey, look, my boy Lost Bullets, the Canadian boys here. Hey, Andy. I am for getting rid of property tax. Hell yeah, let's go.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it might just be very high and like you. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, of course. Bro just wants friends. Yeah, and let me see if there's any more of these. But yeah, oh boy.
People don't believe.
Texas State.
That people get out here.
I've been here.
And they've chartered buses to do their protesting. They pay protesters. We got two full on. No, there's no Trump on there.
Yeah, the charter bus is from Ruth's retirement home.
They're just paid protesters.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's where they all get them. Yeah, they bust them out from the retirement homes over to save democracy, obviously. So they pay for the bonuses. Yeah, it's boomers that are cosplaying the 60s. This is their version of classic WoW. I spent a day studying pictures of these protests across the nation. The OP is correct. The median age appears to be about 70, and that's across the entire nation. I also noticed an almost complete lack of Black and Latino people. The Democratic Party may not exist in 10 years. The current Democratic Party serves the needs of narcissistic, mentally ill, upper middle class white women.
Based. Based. Yeah. Master Lions with 10 gifted memberships. Hey, Otto Ramel was gifted one. Vespacia, Woot Bear, FG, Sherry Ann, Eric Chabra, Pera, 10 gifted memberships. Emil, thank you guys. Appreciate you, Master Lions, my boy. Master Lions. Yeah. The man with a plan. Big giant PPE kiss it. 80 likes away from 300 likes, boys.
That's what it exists to serve.
And these people, these white Christian nationalists, one thing that works against them is that they truly do believe that everybody believes the same way. They are not quiet about it. And it is very easy to see what they're doing if you follow, make a separate account so you don't like completely destroy your algorithm. Yeah, but I have a fake account, and I don't do it really much anymore because Oklahoma has grown so large. But that is literally how we started, of finding.
So there's two groups of people in our society that cause all of our problems. That's crazy. What are the odds?
Those things is following the Moms for Liberty accounts, getting into their group, seeing the stuff they talk about when they don't think that any of us are looking, and they will say, we want to go to this school board.
Any of us are looking. This is the thing, bro. Like this is the hall monitor energy that everybody is just collectively fatigued from. We are fatigued from a bunch of middle-aged to older women haranguing, berating, screeching, and complaining about what other people.
Right. So, shut. Lost bullets was tariff. Sean says tariffs are bad. Source product will increase, but that's why you tax the profit margin, not the revenue. So, what keeps, Sean? What keeps, if you start taxing the profit margin for companies, what keeps those companies from relocating outside the U.S.? Yeah. Hey, play for the hood. What's up, buddy? Cooper. 2% stamp tax. We turned Boston Harbor into the biggest cup of tea on earth. What happened to the crazy ball? Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm right there with you, baby. I'm right there with you, man. What's up, Death Trout? How you doing, dude? 100 and something till Negative Snake. I don't know what it is. 100 and something. 100 and something.
People are saying and telling us what to do. Just in general. Not any one specific thing, just about pretty much everything. These people unironically create radicals. Yes, your approval or opinion on things doesn't mean shit. It doesn't matter. They're busybodies. Yes, these are hall monitors, and they're doing it now in social media.
Because they have this book in their library. We want to go. We saw that this, the bomb threats that I spoke about was because the librarian made a silly TikTok. And then Ryan Walter.
All right, this is not officially defense of democracy. Like, actually,
that's crazy. So this Karen is so, like, I mean, to be fair, she's the only one with green hair, right? So I mean, she's like, an advanced elite, right?
I got to be honest. Like, if you wanted to be more covert about your intentions, like, why would you color your hair blue or green? If you're not like 13 to 16. Your hair should not be blue or green or pink. And if it is, that's fine. Look, I'm not saying you're a bad person. But if it is and you have terrible opinions, then that's different. I know blue-haired or pink-haired girls that have based opinions. So it's kind of hard to say. But usually, you know what I'm saying. Sean says it keeps them from relocating if tariffs are in place, but it prevents them from price gouging those products as well. So tariffs are good if the companies relocate. I'm kind of confused. You done confused me, Sean. Maybe I'm too dumb to see. I'm too dumb. I'm too dumb, Sean.
Like a rare spawn or something like that. Actually, not really a rare spawn. There's a lot of those, but it's like a higher level, and like a chieftain or something. An Uber, yeah, exactly. And blue mob, yeah, green mob. We got another person. Holy shit, Elon Musk and Trump protesters totally fucking nuts. So what you have here, this is the person who's calling you weird. This is the person who says that we need to return to normalcy, or normalcy.
Normalcy.
To the criminal charge of rape. He is credibly alleged of having raped a 14-year-old girl. Is that what you want for your president?
Absolutely not. Which one are you guys talking about?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I was talking about our alleged president, our fascist, Nazified, idiot, moronic.
The Manco Menace?
Break our NATO alliance.
My dude's he's freaking out too hard, man. He's freaking out too hard. You can't deliver a concise, like a concise what's the word? A concise narrative or opinion if you're freaking the hell out. Right? If the first thing you say is I am here protesting because I don't believe tariffs would work, and I believe we need to search for different options to, fund the U.S. government, whatever have you. You can say that response, but if your first thing you say is like you start screaming like "Trump, Ravens, fat enough, fat orange," like you just look crazy now. You look too damn crazy, baby.
Our allies against us, steal our money, throw 71 million people off Medicaid that people depend on. 71 million people. Is this what you want? Do you want money taken from your grandma? Do you want to not support battered women and abuse children?
See, this is the 500 IQ that nobody's thinking about. This person's mad. Blood pressure is high. They're old. This is a problem that solves itself. It does. And so you got all these boomers out here getting really mad. But for how long, though?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Lesser logic is that all these things people say aren't even remotely true, but they're talking points. Now, granted, they either were told to say this or they saw it on TV, right? And people like confirmation bias is a thing, so they'll see something on TV and get angry about it and be like, "That's true," It's true. I agree. Lost bullets. I agree.
Is that what you believe? Stand up and say it, fascist. Stand up and say it. I'm standing up and saying what I believe. You stand up and say what you believe, and not platitudes, and not idolatry. Let's hear ideas. You have no ideas. All you have is hate, racism, stupidity, and greed.
A round of applause.
You have no ideas. You're just racist. Okay. What about tariffs? Is that a current idea? Walks away angry. Okay. Like the stream. 75 likes away, boys. 75 likes away. We're almost to Naked Snake, boys. Give it some love. Give it some love. Thank you, Alan Jones. This guy's off the wall. Yeah, he's pretty wild.
Awesome. For that right there. He has been waiting a while for that. Yeah, that was great. What do you think about the vandalism that's going on at Tesla dealerships around the country? And we're not at TV, so you can say whatever you want.
I still for no.
It's round 2.
Here he comes. He's back. He's back, boys.
Oh boy, it's round 2. Let's go.
The Bloodborne boss music comes on.
We're pushed. I mean, they want us to do violence so they can declare martial law. So that's why I'm against the violence.
Wait, what?
I still for no violence unless we're pushed. I mean, they want us to do violence so they can declare martial law.
So Trump is doing a 500 IQ play by knowing that liberals are so mentally ill that they can be goaded into burning down cars. So Trump can actually enact martial law and I guess put all the minorities in jail or something. Put all the gay people in jail. Not a bad idea. I mean, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty smart.
That's why I'm against the violence. They are police officers? Okay. Do you want my name?
What are you guys out here protesting today? What's the number one thing to be anti-Elon for?
Stop the oligarchy. You want American?
I think that the reason that there are so many boomers out here that are doing this is because Elon represents computers. This is the bane of their existence.
I do have to say something that's kind of unrelated, but something I find very interesting is swastikas are like, kind of an abhorrent symbol for obvious reasons. I know there's a different reason for that that's based in a completely different like religion, but still swastikas, generally speaking, are an abhorrent symbol that people don't want in public. But people that protest like actively will draw it like all the time. And that's weird. It's like I drew the swastika because I'm protesting. I'm like, wait a second. So what's the difference in drawing a swastika for fun and also drawing a swastika to say you're angry? Which one? It's very strange to me.
These computers and all this technology shit. What the fuck is this? It's an old joke. No, I'm telling you guys, that's what it is. That's the reason why they're mad. The other reason, actually, the real reason, is because a lot of boomers and old people still watch cable TV and the news.
Yeah.
So there's like the old meme that if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed, and if you do watch the news, you're misinformed. Well, that's what happens whenever you have a cable TV subscription and you don't ever look at anything other than mainstream media. So like you have these people that are getting one shot by like mainstream media, messaging. And this is the reason why in a lot of these events, you only have a lot of really young people, is that all these young people are, old people, excuse me. A lot of these old people don't understand what's happening. They don't even get it.
Jordan says, ever been to a protest? No. Why the hell would I go to a protest, man? I have literally no time to just go to a protest. I drove past one time. It was like 8 people. But no, I've never been to a protest. You know?
And so they're getting totally farmed.
He's not elected, and he has no business doing what he's doing. We don't want the billionaires taking over our country. Are you trying to? Oh, let me get you on Facebook. Yeah, we're stopping the oligarchy.
See, I told you they were.
We don't want billionaires taking over our country. But, well, how many 90 billionaires openly supported and funded Kamala last election cycle? So it's, you don't want, so what they're trying to say is they don't want billionaires they don't like to control the nation. That's what they're saying. You know? I agree, Wings issue.
Old.
That's what it's all about.
But did you feel that way?
American against American, so they can pick our pockets.
Did you feel that
Let
way
me get you on Facebook. Okay, Karen. Okay.
when Kamala Harris actually got more donations from more billionaires than Trump did?
I felt like I had a buffer, at least with the Democrats, and now we have no buffer. Okay, so at least we were fooled with Kamala in there. We're going to be on a slow bleed, and now we're on, take it right.
Yeah, billionaires don't like, or sorry, Democrats do not like billionaires, actually. Common misunderstanding here. Democrats actually don't like billionaires.
I'm living on Social Security, and for the first time,
this girl is interviewing people who know. My name's Jenna.
Also, I'd like to mention that Social Security is not an entitlement. It's something that put in 8% of every one of my paychecks. My employer put in 8%. They did not give me a retirement account because they said you have a government retirement.
Evidently.
Okay.
Look how serious they are.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make money.
Wow. Who were they here for anyway? It's like someone hired them because.
Imagine having to put up with this shit. It's like, oh God. Yeah, this is your fucking job.
They routinely attack events or something.
Yeah, I would hire security. I don't blame them. I've had companies in the past where things happen. I hire security.
Yeah, or perhaps just a little girl who films you.
Yeah, Sean, and that's a sticky situation, Sean. Because we're like, oh no, billionaires are giving money. But Sean, I can tell you how I feel about this too. If a billionaire comes to you and they're like, hey man, I'm gonna give you $10 million, and all you gotta do is like say this thing on a live stream and say you support this idea. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Sean? I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it. And that's the current situation we're in. It's a very hard system to get around. Right? Like, it's like if they support both sides. Of course they do. Money is green, and it's always green, baby. What's up? You know?
YouTube videos that get attacked at these types of events. So, would you publicly denounce?
That's so fucking funny. Dude, this guy.
The Mango Menace?
Break our NATO alliance. Turn our allies against us. Steal our money. Throw.
Alex Jones needs to invite this guy on the show. Can you imagine that? That would be so fucking funny.
On a live stream, it's different from running a branch of government. I don't know, Sean. If I got into politics and I'm struggling to pay my mortgage, I move up to DC. I'm struggling to pay my mortgage, And a billionaire offers me $1 million to vote for a certain bill. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Government's supposed to be separate. Yeah, but it's led by individuals. That's the issue, right? It's a sticky situation. It's easy for us, and it's not for me, but it's easy for a lot of people to be like, I wouldn't accept the money because we're not in that position. I can tell you right now, I might. I might do it, I would lost bullets. Yeah, dude, let's go. Let's go. One red boy from a damn naked snake night, boys. One whole fat red boy. That means you sold out your duties to the public for a paycheck? Yeah, it does. It sure does. It sure does. But hey, I might do that.
71 million people off
Medicaid. Do we think people actually go into politics because they want to fix the world? No, maybe at first, a couple of them. Come on now. Come on now. And it always boils back to what I always say. the best thing you can do, is hope the corruption aligns with your benefits. That's all you can really hope for. 160K a year as a politician doesn't cover costs? Absolutely not. 160K a year is absolutely nothing. I know to like most people, including me, it's a lot of money. But 160K a year, that's not a lot. In the grand scheme of things, okay, let's say you buy your house. Your house has a $3,800 mortgage, especially if you're living in DC, maybe higher. You have 4 kids. You have college tuition, college fund. Yeah, you're already in the negative by like 50 grand now, right now. Right? So that's the issue. Right? Guess I got to sell my 3rd yacht. You would never have a yacht if you only were making 160 grand a year as a politician. You would never have that yacht. Right? That's the point. Is if somebody rolls up into your office and they give you a $10 million check to vote a certain way, most of them are going to take it. Most of them are going to take it. Right. The issue is like the overwhelming wealth. And that's where my perspective is skewed because I don't have that perspective. So why do some of these politicians why are they trying to, they're like worth $500 million. Like how the fuck, like at some point, like, why are you accepting another $500,000 check? Who cares? You know? But also I don't have that perspective. So it's kind of hard to say, you know?
That people depend on. 71 million people. Is this what you want? Do you want money taken from your grandma? Do you want to not support battered women and abused children? Is that what you believe? Stand up and say it, fascist. Stand up and say it. I'm standing up and saying what I believe. You stand up and say what you believe, and not platitudes, and not idolatry. Let's hear ideas. You have no ideas. All you have is hate, racism, stupidity, and greed.
A round of applause for that right there.
Man, he going wild. Damn. And yeah, projecting much. Well, this is the thing, right? Is a lot of people have been talking about this for a while. And this is part of the protest yesterday. There's a whole ass amount of people here and can't even get the full crowd. A good amount of people showed up for this protest. Not my president, FDT. I don't know. Oh, fuck Donald Trump. I get it. Let's see if I can find any more of these. And if there's any of these open image, let me read some of the signs. Let's read some of the signs, boys. Hands off our students. History has its eyes on us. It's all about, again, do you see like the narcissism on it? Like how much like covert, not even covert, this is overt narcissism. This is like everybody's going to think back about us and they're going to remember that I did the right thing. And again, guys, you can see that this is a protest in America because originally I said there aren't any American flags. That's not true. Here's one upside down and a couple of them.
Here's one upside down, of course. Alcoholic says, "Oh shit, being a public servant doesn't pay enough money." Yeah, so like, how do you police that? So that's like the biggest thing is like, how do you police this? How the hell do you police that? So first and foremost, you're going to have to get politicians that go into politics wanting to get paid nothing. So they would have to already be violently wealthy, right? That's the only way I could see a politician actually wanting to try to help is if they're already violently wealthy before going into office. Or B, they live on the street and they get paid nothing. So like, which one is it? Like, how do you police that? How do you police politicians like just getting money from billionaires? Right? It's kind of it's like one of those utopian society ideals. It's like, well, in a utopian society, politicians would just want to do good. Say, all right, well, who's taking care of their family? I don't know. I don't know. They would just be taken care of. Okay, well, cool. Let's give them that. They're just taken care of now. So yeah, I agree, Sean. They will never vote themselves into poverty. You police it by limiting dark money. Yeah. But the people that police it, Sean, are the people in power that accept the dark money. There's the first thing. Trade restrictions for any branded. I agree with that 1,000%. Also, something that's never talked about is term limits, right? So, term limits, lobbying, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but also having the hope. Like, so we're sitting here, we're in poverty, and we're just hoping that politicians one day wake up and say, we're going to vote ourselves into poverty. Like, no, I think that I'm just going to hustle as hard as I can in my individualistic life and not worry about if I can hope for them to give me money one day. No, I'm just going to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Wish I could take a time machine and go back to the 90s. Today's Gen's like an episode of Outer Limits. What a great show that I haven't thought about since you said that, Flutterbat. Thank you, Flutterbat. Love you, Flutterbat. Love you, Flutterbat. Basically, one red boy to a naked snake knot, roughly $100, something like that. I don't know. A red boy, not a Canadian red boy. Lost Bullets. Sorry, it's not gonna do it today. I don't take Canadian dollars anymore. Okay, just kidding.
But American flags are the minority. Okay, there are more, gay flags or Mexico flags or Palestine flags than American flags. What a great message to Americans. Anyway, let me see if I can find danger to us all, traitor. Let's see, are there any more of them? Fascism, super califragilistic Trump. You are atrocious. Oh, that's kind of clever, to be fair. And yeah, some of these are nuts. The hammer and sickle on Trump. Yeah, I guess so, right? Funny they would have that. And anyway, let's see if I can find it. We the people means all the people. For sure, bro. These people. I've been to anime conventions. This is impressive, guys. I'm gonna be honest. This is crazy. If this was in a cosplay competition, it would get top 5.
That actually looks pretty good, to be fair. Is that Master Lions with a pink boy? Oh my God. Getting us halfway to Naked Snake with just $50 left. Why does everybody in this clip sound like the squirrel from Over the Hedge? I have it on 1.5 times speed because I'm crazy. 70 locks away, 60 locks actually, and 50 away from Naked Snake. Thank you, Master Lions. Again, being the damn top dog today. We love you, man. Thank you so much for being a bro. We love you, Master Lions. Everybody give Master Lions a kiss for being just the absolute bro today. Thank you, man. Let's make music together. Oh, over the fucking hedge. Oh my God. All right, let's continue. God, I'm really hungry for some reason. Oh yeah, it's because I've eaten like 400 calories today. This is my life. I left the gym and I was like, oh, I'll just drink a protein shake when I get home, and I had none. So I was like, oh, I just will drink a Monster instead, and then I forgot about eating. Thank you. Oh, Lost Bullets with a pink boy. Oh my God, 2 in the pink. 1 in the stink. Thank you. Lost Bullets with a $50 Canadian boy. I appreciate you, buddy. Lost Bullets. Love you, dude. What do you want to eat? Some ass? No, probably some ramen and a protein bar. I think a ramen and a protein bar will suffice tonight. That'll get me to about 800 calories. I forgot to eat again. $15 away from Naked Snake. Lost Bullets, the man. 2 pinks in a row. Master Lions. Lost Bullets. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Lost Bullets. Good man. Good man.
Wow. That's very creative. Yeah.
Here's the goal, boys. The next pink boy, and I will gift 5 memberships to the chat. The next pink boy. 5 memberships gifted to the chat. Oh my God. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Oh, look at that. It's Smash Lines. 10 gifted memberships. Oh my God. Everybody's going to be a damn member today. What's up? Sauce got one. Warrior got one. Chad, my clonic. Harlan Kitty. What's up, baby? His old lady. Will Farnsworth, Black Sheep. Tristan, my boy. What's up, dude? Master Lion still going strong today. Still going strong. Thank you, man. We love you. We appreciate you.
Is incredible. It's like an anime convention. Well, I guess it's probably still also full of furries anyway. 8647 means dispose or kill. 4786. Oh, I get it. Yeah, there it is. 8647. Now, they're all old. So wait a minute.
All old.
So this problem's going to go away.
Why are they all so old?
Hey, in a while. Well, all we really have to do to make this problem go away is wait like 10 years.
Damn.
Honestly, that's kind of relaxing. Yeah, isn't it?
Based. Whew, I'm hungry, boys. Thank you, Master Lions. We love you, dude. Master Lions, yeah. Oh. I'm sweaty and worn out. My grandmother went. She old as fuck. My grandmother's 84. Well, actually, she died when she was 84. Both of my grandmothers died at 84 in 2019 at the same time for some reason. It was very weird. They just both dipped out. Sorry. 60 likes from 300, boys. Jesus. I'm dying, guys. I might be a dead person after this. Oh. So, guys, if you guys didn't forget, I will be racing at Rockingham Speedway for the NASCAR Truck Series in about 10 days. Oh, wait, I can't. Whatever. It's a week. It's next weekend. So, don't forget, be on Fox Sports 1. You can check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun, dude. If you're close, come by. Come by. Seems to be a lot of pink boys in those protests. I tell you what. I saw this on Twitter. It's very, very interesting. So sometimes I feel like people just have such a weird perspective on things. Oof. Okay, so here's this post. This post says $2 million to drive down this road alone at 1 a.m. Look at this road. $2 million to drive alone down this road. Lost bullets. That actually makes a lot of sense. $2 million to drive down this road. Somebody that lives in a like densely populated city that doesn't drive made this. I drive down roads like this every single day. Someone who doesn't drive and lives in a city posted this. I drive down these roads daily. It's the weirdest post in the world. Like, what the hell? The road is freshly paved. I don't understand. What's the issue? What's the issue? I literally grew up on a road like that. My driveway was like a quarter-mile dirt road when I was growing up. It went into the trailers. Went all the way into the trailers. Country roads, take me home to a place I belong, West Virginia. My mama, take me home. Dude, lost bullets is what I do when it snows. Maybe engagement farm post. Well, it really worked for me. I got like 800 likes on this freaking response for some reason. Pretty cool. All fun and games till the banjo start. I'm in the bayou. Down in the bayou. What is that song? Is that a Jerry Reed song or is that a Fogerty song? Born in the bayou. I don't remember. I prefer Jerry Reed to Fogerty all day long, boys. Love you, Flutterbat. Appreciate you. Is it a CCR song? Okay, cool. Oh, boys, we're about to end it here. I got about 10 minutes. I'm dying. I'm so hungry. I can't believe how hungry I am. I got to make me some noodlies. I'm gonna make me some ramen noodles, eat me a protein bar, watch some South Park. It's gonna be a good night. With the forest on fire. I saw that, Lost Bullets. It's a cool freaking video. It's a cool video. Enjoy the nudes, bro. I'm gonna. Can we break through to the naked snake at the last moment? Born in a bayou. Beep. Beep. No. Sorry, talking to my boy. Got it covered. Cool. Some guy see on GRE a guy made dire wolves. So I read into that, and there was no one actually made dire wolves. So they changed the genome of a dog to make it look similar to a dire wolf. No DNA from a dire wolf was actually used. It was like studied. So I was very sad to see that. I was really excited to buy me a dire wolf one day and then realize that it was actually not a dire wolf. Very sad. I was like, "Oh, lame woolly mice." I love the woolly mice. They're so furry. A JRE guess is wrong. How could they? Well, it's very, very specific, right? So researchers studied the DNA of the dire wolf, altered the genome of a dog to make it resemble a dire wolf. Right? So yeah, they altered genome to make a dire wolf, but it's not actually, they didn't actually use DNA. So when the headlines or the stories say they used DNA to make a dire wolf, technically they used DNA as a means to study it. They didn't actually use the DNA, like literally use the DNA and make a dire wolf. They studied it, altered the genome of a dog to make it similar to a dire wolf, which is still kind of cool, you know. Lost bullet. That should cover the snake bringing the man boobs. Yeah, dude. Oh boy. Lost bullets. It wasn't a pink boy, so I can't give away the memberships, but it is an orange boy, and we do get Naked Snake because Lost Bullets, beautiful Canadian boy. I love you. Bring on the man boobs for Lost Bullets, for Master Lions, for Rakin Knight, for Karis, for Billy Hoocher, for Intimidator. We got to break the boobs out, boys. Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Lost Bullets. I love you, dude. Lester Logic says, I don't think it's actually a genetic copy of the real direwolf. No, tis not. It's like a faux direwolf. Faux direwolf. I didn't even mean to click on that, Jordan. That's funny. Ooh, Canada. We better get nipple. No. 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 You get nothing, and you'll be happy. 50 likes from 300. Spam the like button. What's up, Yarg? Is that the Return of the Slab? No, it's freaking not the Return. I thought your PFP was Return to Slab guy. It is Homer as Patrick or something. What you puffing on? Some goofy ass vape. Some goofy ass vape, man. You know how I roll. Is Canadian saved your stake again? You know what? I do feel like I have to rely on Lost Bullets a little too often. Makes me feel like a bad person. I just kind of feel like a bad person. You know? Exactly, Sean, yes. I feel like I'm a bad person for taking advantage of the Canadians in the chat. You know? Kind of feels bad. A vape THC because I quit smoking. THC. Can't do that. I cannot do anything like that, unfortunately. Also, I don't like it, but even though I did, can't do it. Oh, man. They're gray wolves with a bit of direwolf traits, but apparently true direwolves are a little closer to jackals. Yeah, and they're huge, right? And I don't want no huge maybe. It depends. I kind of like huge dogs. I got 2 big dogs, but would I want a larger dog? Maybe. But I want him to be like a sweet boy. You know? I want a sweet boy, not a mean boy. They're enormous. You know what else is enormous? My mom. Oh, all right. I want to show you guys this picture. This is probably going to be a background of something in the future. Actually, it's an article, right? Kicking tires. Get the hell out of here. My phone. Kicking tires. Arkham Knight series. Well, it's kicking tires. Hold on. Tucson kicking tires. Whew, apparently there's a really cool picture on here that she sent me. Come on. Can I not? I want it to be big. Oh, that's awesome. This is one of the coolest pictures I think that has ever happened. Look at this picture, dude. This is definitely going to be a background picture. Look how cool this is. This is beautiful. Look at that. That needs to be framed. Got missed the last 5 streams, so I got my PS5. Hell yeah, Green Ninja. What's up, dude? Thank you for the gift of the sub. Hell yeah. You want a Caucasian dog? Wait, what? What? That's a good picture, dude. That's going to be the background of I think my PC. It's probably going to be the background of my PC, I think. It just looks cool. That's when we were running second. I've never ran in the top 5, and I ran second. It's cool. I had a fast car, dude. Fast car. Bring back the dodo, please. Born in a bayou. That's not right. No, it's not like that. Did you see they remade the direwolf? Yeah, so we were talking about that actually just 2 seconds ago. So the direwolf, they took DNA of a direwolf, they researched it. They did not use it. They researched it and altered the phenome. I said phenome of a dog to make it resemble traits of a direwolf. There's this misconception that they actually just literally just cloned a direwolf, which would be cool, but they did not. Wings of Shoe. The direwolf is a 100-ton battle mech. I would get that printed and make you sign it in person. That might actually, you know what? I think that might be my new hero cards. Hell yeah. Yeah, Bram Montana. Just got to bring that up, don't you, buddy? Got to bring it up, won't you? Why you got to bring that up? All right. Remember, I will be gifting 5 memberships if a pink boy drops while I'm doing Naked Snake. Viewer discretion is advised. Time for Naked Snake, and then we're going to raid Moxie Dame. This is the 441st Naked Snake. Am I wrong, Billy? How many Naked Snakes? You're supposed to know this, Billy. You're supposed to know. Emil. Crisper. 441. Thank you. Cody using the words genome and phenome correctly is incredibly hot. Well, thank you, Helena. I appreciate that. Helena. Thank you so much. 441 Naked Snakes in a row. Here we go. Damn, hearing that redneck sound intelligence really hot. You want me to quote the Pythagorean theorem to you? A squared plus B squared equals take your pants off. All right, here we go. It's time again, boys. For Naked Snake, 441 streams in a row. We'll be back Wednesday, of course. What is the pie? It's time. Like the stream, boys. You guys ready?
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Johnny David. Dude, I wish.
I'm searching, now melting to you.
Donna! Here we go.
Fear in my heart.
Let's do it.
But you're so supreme.
But for you, in my time, there'd be nobody else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. Eat rust. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Someday we'll go red. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my God, 441 in a row, boys. Can you believe it? Oh my God. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there be nobody else. Helena. Crime. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. in a row, boys. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. One more time. Here we go. Here we go. Sean! Oh! My boy. Thank you, Sean. Love you, Sean. Appreciate you, Sean. You are the man with a plan. Burrito Supreme and a cut of Supreme. Supreme. Oh, yeah. Gonna come 1 to 3. Supreme. Gonna come 1 to 3. Supreme. All right. All right, boys. Got a new video coming out tomorrow. Don't miss it. Make sure you share it with your boys. Click it. Love it. Kiss it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys over on Moxie Dame show. Let's make sure she's still live before I say that. Is she live, Moxie Dame? She is. Give her some love. Oh, somebody said, where can I get that headband? Tiny One Badger made this out of a t-shirt. There you go. I'll see you guys at Moxie Dames. Give her some love. Lock the stream on the way out. I'll see you guys over there. And then I'll see you tomorrow in the video, and then the stream, and then the stream, and then get the hell on it, doggone it. Hell yeah. Bye. Yeah.